Yeah, hi guys. Let's get our class started. I'm sorry I had to I couldn't come from office little early, so hence the 30 minutes late. Okay. So guys, like did you guys try any of the questions in the portal? Is there any updates regarding that? Mohit is asking me a question. Let me just share my screen. Just a second. So again, as usually, we'll be taking up the doubts for 1 hour and then we'll get started with the class. Okay. So any problems from the portal, let me know. Okay, we'll do it. Okay. Yeah, we'll be doing it. Okay. Just name them. That will give me the confidence that you guys are doing the problems. Okay. So is work pressure very high in your office? Someone has asked me. So bro, basically, um, like see, let me tell you about how the companies function. Okay. So so basically no, it's not like how they villainize the things in the movies. If you are seeing pictures or any other web series which is related to startup or other stuff like that, right? So you will find that the person is so frustrated with his current job that he has chosen to do something else, right? So but in general case that is not the case with the product based companies. Okay. So I'm not talking about the startups. I'm talking about good companies which are in medium or very highly based. Okay. So they care a lot about the mental health. They care a lot about the distribution of the work, right? So it's not like a person will be burdened with so much of work. Like you will be given a lot of time, ample amount of time to do a work, and there are no certain things like now you should be staying in the office from 9 to 5, okay, and then only you can leave. There won't be any attendance. There won't be any checking if you're coming or not. If you want to take a leave, you can easily take it. Okay, work is going like it's not key you should be working only in this time. Okay, you can work at any time at your leisure phase. If you feel like sleeping now, okay, there are even beds arranged for us in the office, right? So like like they'll give you everything, like they'll completely give you everything. They just want the work to be done. Okay, and like initial phase mein hu, so they're not very strict deadlines for me. Okay, the work which I was doing is kind of a very low priority task were given so that I'll be learning the systems. Okay, तो learning के लिए भी काफी time देंगे. ठीक है, it's not that you are doing everything repetitive, it's really creative. ठीक है, बिल्कुल रिपीटेटिव नहीं है काम, इतना ज्यादा क्रिएटिव होता है कि लाइक यू लर्निंग एवरीथिंग लाइक यहाँ आने के पहले आई ओनली नो अबाउट फ्यू स्टैक, नाउ आई नो अबाउट AWS, all the services of AWS I know about. You know like I work with Node.js and then did the deployment of to the production, and like right now I'm working in Scala, right? So there are multiple things which I learned, okay, and I'm implementing. So there's lot of learn and implement things. Like you'll be learning a lot of things constantly, like continuously you'll be learning a lot of things. Okay, that will add a lot of value to you. Okay, matlab you are learning so many things, you're learning design patterns, you're learning so many things so easily, you're learning how to prepare the docs and all those things. So it will not just like it's not just the money that you're getting a great personality here, matlab a technical personality that you're receiving if you work at a company, right? So I'm just telling you guys so that you guys will be understanding what you're working for, right? You guys are doing the questions on DSA, attending the classes for 3 hours, right? You guys need to know what you are doing for, why you're doing for, right? So like if you no bro, Pallab, nothing is impossible, man. ठीक है, लाइक जब हम प्लेस होने के हमसे काम करवाएंगे वो आता नहीं तो डेवलप करना तो कैसे काम करेंगे? जस्ट अ सेकंड गाइस, जस्ट अ सेकंड, लेट मी जस्ट आंसर वन बाय वन. ठीक है, अम, एक के बाद एक करते हैं हम. ठीक है, अम, देखो ऐसा नहीं कि लाइक ओनली वन one particular language you'll be working on. Okay, if they feel that this language or this technique tech stack is more superior, and if this will be more scalable, okay, we'll be shifting that to quickly. Okay, so you'll be rapidly learning the things, you'll be rapidly implementing those things as well. Okay, they won't teach anything new. Okay, they'll definitely teach their own systems. There are multiple systems and build tools that are available in Amazon, which are only specific to Amazon, right? So they will teach that, they will train you in that. Okay, and nothing else. Okay, they'll just give you that training, but everything else you need to learn on your own. Okay, and like you will be learning a lot of things that you can't even imagine. Ki, like if you work for 2 or 3 months, you will be realizing ki how much I know from what I know before that. Okay, if I see my senior developers in my team, I feel that man, they know a lot of things. They are so pros in everything. Okay, तो ऐसा होता है यार, काम ऐसा नहीं होने वाला, राइट? जैसे तुम्हें दिखाया जाता है, राइट? It's lot of like इतना इतना interesting problem statements होता है ना, I can't explain. Like the problems are very interesting, बहुत ज्यादा interesting. For example, मैं कोई example लूँ तुम लोग के लिए, ठीक है? तो मैं बताऊं कि लाइक सोचो लाइक एवरीथिंग, ठीक है? लाइक इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड Amazon, यू नो दैट Amazon का बिजनेस मॉडल बहुत सिंपल है. लाइक इट्स इंडिया में बहुत ही रिटेल बिजनेस है. लाइक if someone orders from the website and you will be just delivering him, so simple, right? But the simple model will gets very complicated when it is of big scale. मतलब सोचो कि अभी जो प्राइम डे हुआ था Amazon का, if you guys remember प्राइम डे, do you think how many requests Amazon, like how many orders Amazon got placed in 1 second? कोई guess कर सकता है? How many orders it got placed per 1 second? What is the peak amount of orders? अरे यार ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है? So it's something like 75,000 orders per second. Just imagine this, per second. So just imagine कि this is the peak. Okay, just imagine how scalable the systems need to be. Like that's what we do, right? We make the system so scalable that big problems will get solved. अगर कोई और, if you just open, if you make your own website, so many requests cannot be handled, man. Like, ठीक है? Let me just explain you. ठीक है? If you know about Myntra, you guys know about Myntra, right? Myntra is a fashion like fashion e-commerce website, right? So it has a lot of stock in it, right? The fashion stock. Okay, how does it display? It displays the fashion by models, right? They need to recruit a lot of models. They need to pay the models, good looking models who wear the fashion. Okay, there's a lot of camera setting, light setting, and the directors, the ad directors. And don't you think for a company as big as this, how many billions of dollars they will be spending each year just to make the photos, like just to create the photos? Don't you think how many billions of dollars they spent, right? Right? So it's a problem, right? They are spending a lot of money in this. So can you do something? Can you find a solution for it, so that, like, that's how things happen, right? So they try to find a solution, and then the team forms in the company. The team will be focusing on that particular problem. Okay, so one of my senior is working on the same project where they are creating some AI, okay, which will generate, okay, just by taking the photos, it will generate the models, or who are wearing the particular fashion. Like it could be shoes, it could be, like it could be dress or whatever, right? So socho, the AI is working so good that, like, people, like, it is really difficult to distinguish between the actual photo and the photo generated by the AI. So that's what it is working. It's one of the project my senior is working on in Myntra, right? You might be feeling that, but the people who are creating the AI, that is we, the software developers, right? So they won't be losing their job in any near future, right? They are the one who is creating the future. Don't you think, guys? So how interesting this project is. कि it will save billions of dollars, man. Just imagine that. ठीक है? और मतलब, like, to explain the scale of Amazon, like सोचो कि you know the warehouses, Amazon का warehouse. So I'll tell you one more problem of Amazon, right? So tell me, do you know what is the size of Amazon's warehouse, guys? एक बार मतलब गेस करो, मतलब रिलेटिव टू अ फुटबॉल स्टेडियम कितना बड़ा होगा फुटबॉल स्टेडियम से, या फुटबॉल स्टेडियम से छोटा होगा, हाफ ऑफ द फुटबॉल स्टेडियम। नहीं, फुटबॉल स्टेडियम से कंपैरिजन में बात करता है, ठीक है। करेक्ट। गिरिराज, यू आर करेक्ट। सो इट्स समथिंग अराउंड 15 फुटबॉल स्टेडियम्स। जस्ट इमेजिन फुटबॉल स्टेडियम कितना बड़ा होता है, और इतना बड़ा होता है हमारा अमेज़न का वेयर हाउस। जस्ट इमेजिन दैट, ठीक है। और लाइक ऑब्वियसली इतना बड़ा स्टेडियम है, तुम घर पे अगर इफ यू ओपन अ वेयर हाउस इट इज वेरी सिंपल, राइट, यू नो वेयर द प्रोडक्ट्स आर। लेकिन सोचो इतना बड़ा स्टेडियम में टू प्लेस द आइटम्स, right? मतलब you can't place it in alphabetical order. There needs to be an algorithm that will be telling ki this item needs to be placed here, or else it will be very difficult for the people to fetch the item. मतलब पूरा घूमता ही रहेगा इतना बड़ा स्टेडियम में, ऐसे ऐसे 5-10 किलोमीटर घूमता ही रहेगा to pick up the items. So it is obvious that कि if you order a self iPhone का बाकी सब gadgets साथ में रखेंगे, because it is mostly likely that uh, people will be choosing the same gadgets. So it will be reducing this cost, the traveling cost. राइट। तो हर जगह ऑप्टिमाइजेशन लगता है, एवरीवेयर दे ट्राई टू ऑप्टिमाइज द थिंग्स यूजिंग द एल्गोरिथम्स, ठीक है। लेट मी टेल यू अबाउट अनदर एग्जांपल, ठीक है। सोचो लाइक देयर आर मेनी ऑर्डर्स कमिंग टू अमेज़न वेयरहाउस, ठीक है। सो ऑर्डर्स आएंगे, समझ लो, लेट्स फॉरगेट अबाउट ऑल दिस थिंग्स ऑफ पिकिंग अप द ऑर्डर एंड एवरीथिंग, बट व्हाइल पैकिंग, डू यू guys agree that there are multiple box sizes that you which you will be receiving the parcel in, right? So there are multiple boxes, right? Like around 20 or 30 boxes honge, sizes of boxes of different dimensions. Okay? So you order something, man. You order a cell phone. You order something else, something else, a charger or something else. Okay? Just imagine, जो बंदा, the person who is working at the box packing team, ठीक है? Do you think उसके पास इतना ज्यादा, मतलब जस्ट इमेजिन कि उसे पहले जज करना पड़ेगा कि ये 2 आइटम एक पे आएँगे कि नहीं, ये अलग-अलग बॉक्स में रखना पड़ेगा इन दोनों को। अगर समझ लो 3 आइटम है, क्या ये 2 आइटम को एक बॉक्स में, ये एक आइटम को एक बॉक्स में रखेंगे? इस आइटम का साइज़ है कि नहीं? इसमें घुसा के देखेगा, उसके घुसा के देखेगा। आई एग्री दैट द पर्सन हू इज़ वर्किंग फॉर इयर्स विल बी वेरी skilled कि he can easily judge कि this guy will go here, this guy will go here in this box, and this guy needs a different box. Do you guys agree with this fact, right? But हाँ, just imagine this thing कि how much decision making the person will be making, and decision making के लिए time कितना ज़्यादा लगेगा to judge कि this both items will go into one box or other item will go into other box, or all these 3 items can be going into a different box, just that you need to vary the orientation of the product in such a way that it will go into this box, in the single box only. Can you think, मतलब कभी गलती गलती भी हो जाता है, सोचो ह्यूमन एरर्स भी होते हैं कि बड़ा बॉक्स में डाल दिया, सो बॉक्स का भी वेस्ट होता है, करेक्ट। एंड जस्ट इमेजिन दिस पर्सन, इतना दिमाग खराब होगा उसका, लाइक पूरा दिन यही काम करता रहेगा। सोचो इसके बारे में, लाइक इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट। प्रॉब्लम तब नहीं होगा जब अमेज़न बहुत छोटा कंपनी है। सोचो जब 75,000 ऑर्डर्स पर सेकंड आ रहा है, एक वेयरहाउस के ऊपर कितना ज़्यादा लोड होगा, एंड कितना कितने सारे वर्कर्स को रखना पड़ेगा, कितना ज़्यादा कॉस्ट होगा। कैन यू गाइस इमेजिन दिस? तो इसका कोई सॉल्यूशन बताओ तुम लोग, कोई सोचो कुछ सॉल्यूशन इसके बारे में। एनीथिंग? सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर की तरह? डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स बोल रहा है कोई, और देखो मैं क्या बोलता हूँ ना, सोचो ऐसे डिसीजन मेकिंग इतना ज्यादा लग रहा है, सो फॉर फॉर दैट थिंग टू टैकल दिस प्रॉब्लम, दिस अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट? व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन Amazon came up with is they created something called box suggestion algorithm, जो like just by scanning the box it will know all the dimensions, right? It will do all the processing, ठीक है? It will do all the processing, and it will suggest the person who is working कि use this box. It will just give that box to him, and he will put all the items in that box, and it will be packed up. So don't you think it easied the work of the person and also reduced the human error, guys? ये AI नहीं लगता इसमें, AI नहीं, it's just a normal algorithm. तो this is the one of the first algorithms Amazon has created using like MIT के साथ कोलैब करके बनाया था इसने, right? So box suggestion algorithm, like the box बता देगा, मतलब items आते ही वो बता देगा कि इस बॉक्स को यूज करना भाई, ज्यादा टेंशन मत लो, मैं देख चुका हूँ इसको, तुम इसको ऐसा रख दो, इसको ऐसा रख दो, इसको ऐसा रख दो, हो जाएगा काम। How cool is that, right? So this person just need to focus on just putting the items into the box. He did not think about which box, कौन सा size का box लूं, right? Because that algorithm is giving him the box, right? This algorithm is working, मतलब पूरा world में हर warehouse में यही algorithm लगता है. Imagine this. So there are उसका कोड मिल सकता है बाल, नहीं मिल सकता. देखो Amazon का कोड ना, Amazon इतना मतलब like these guys invent something. ठीक है, they invented box suggestion algorithm, they invented these things like EC2, मतलब जो भी whatever the Amazon web services are, ठीक है, all these services they invented and they make it public, not public directly, they make it available as an AWS service, Amazon web service की तरह they put it so that people will be using it and pay them the rent again. Amazon has created it for itself, but it is making it available for all the people, all the businesses, so that they can use it and they'll pay the rent to Amazon as well. सोचो इनका बिजनेस मॉडल कैसा काम करता है. So that's how all the services in Amazon works. मतलब उसको खुद का भी फायदा हो रहा है ये जो चीज बनाया, right? And they rent it out as well. So that's so such problems you'll be working on, man. Like just देखो ये वाला देखो. If you ordered a washing machine, ठीक है, and then if you ordered a iPhone, ठीक है, if you ordered something else, तो ये जो इतना बड़ा 15 फुटबॉल स्टेडियम्स में अगर उसको इतना like even if you give him a very costly bike which is very efficient, electric bike भी दे दो, उसको इतना घूमने में इतना ज्यादा पेट्रोल लगता है. Don't you guys think कि ये भी तो बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, like to pick up all the items and bring it to the final station? Don't you think इतना घूम घूम के like he'll be tired, मतलब not tired, मतलब पेट्रोल कॉस्ट लगेगा बहुत ज्यादा, don't you think? और इलेक्ट्रिक कॉस्ट बहुत लगेगा. Correct, sir. They are just providing it as a service. They are not providing the algorithm, right? If the algorithm is gone, then like it is not possible, right? They just provide the APIs. Okay, use this API and pay us the rent. It's not just more doors, man. More doors to hey, but still it will be a big problem if you are working in a 15 football stadium place, right? And this is the same problem what Uber, Ola, Rapido, this is exactly the same problem that these guys are facing, right? So it's so what Amazon did is they made many people, okay? So they didn't said ki one order will be picked by one person, okay? They have many pickers, they have many stations, and there are many stations, there are many people, like there are many travelers who will be going from the picker position to the like sender position, right? There will be many people moving, okay? Based on their path, it will tell what is the most optimized path कि इस आइटम यहाँ से आ जाएगा, इस आइटम यहाँ से आ जाएगा. It will calculate the most optimized part and it will assign the person who is moving कि तुम यहाँ से लेके आ जाओ, यहाँ से तुम ये ऑब्जेक्ट लेके आओ, not necessarily the same object. यहाँ आके the sorting happens. How cool is that, right? This is what Uber, Ola, Rapido, Zomato, Swiggy ये सब यही तो कर रहा है. स्विगी जोमेटो तो एक्सपेशली यही कर रहा है. जोमेटो क्या करता है कि इट विल टेल कि विच पर्सन, मतलब क्या बोलते हैं उसका, राइडर ना, क्या कैप्टन बोलते हैं ना, सो विच कैप्टन इज नियर टू दिस रेस्टोरेंट, so who will be assigned this job of getting this particular food to this particular home. So that's what the algorithm do here, that's what this algorithm do here. Uber ka bhi same hai, I need to pick up this person and like this is the same thing which they are using in their warehouse. Don't you agree, guys? Dijkstra is a very simple thing. Okay, Vibhuti, right? You're correct. Okay, it's like they will be applying that type of algorithms only, but they will be more complicated one. Dijkstra is like simple algorithm which is just based on that, right? So like there are multiple problems. I can list up to like मैं एक घंटा बोल सकता हूँ इसके बारे में, but let me just cut it off here. ठीक है, let's not go so deep into this. ठीक है, वरना आज का क्लास नहीं हो पाएगा. ठीक है, so I'm just saying कि when a company grows to a very large place, like if it operates in a very huge scale, then without software developers nothing is possible, right? So such optimization, such things only, that the things that bring the maintenance and operational cost, opex बोलते हैं ना, operational expenditure will be, we are the person who brings the operation expenditure less and profit more, right? So मतलब like the software development skills are really valuable these days. Like I don't know how to create this algorithm and I don't know how to create this algorithm, but I'll be learning it by working 1 year, 2 year. Then I'll be a professional. Then my knowledge or my skills will be valued in crores of rupees, right? Because they need software developers. Can someone join? Yeah, bro, you can. Varun, you can join SDE as a software developer. I mean, sorry, yeah, you can join as an SD without being from BTech. Okay? So if you look at the job description, they will be mentioning the qualification as well. So some jobs strictly won't be very strict of the BTech. They'll be just asking for any computer degree. Or some people just don't be strict about the branch. They will be only asking about the BTech. Okay? So there are certain things. Okay? If you're qualified for the qualification, then you can go. हाँ जा सकते हैं BCA MCA तो बहुत जाते हैं भाई BCA MCA बहुत जाते हैं right. So like that's what you guys are going to do, man. Like you guys are going to have really great problem solving skills in future. तुम बहुत अच्छे अच्छे प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ काम करने वाला हो, बहुत बड़े बड़े प्रॉब्लम्स के साथ काम करने वाला हो, right? I've given couple of referrals in the last batch, ठीक है, of Amazon, ठीक है. So like we have like alumni connect is very great, so you'll be receiving a referral if you're performing good, okay? So there's no doubt in that. So like again, focus on the steps, okay? Focus on the baby steps, okay? uh, don't focus on the result, you know. I don't exactly remember that. Is something like कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते. So I mean to say that just focus on the work, okay? Don't think about the goal, okay, right now. Okay, yeah, you will be maintaining a goal, but it is the steps that you need to follow, right? The small steps right now. Attend the classes, okay? And again, guys, let me tell you, okay, in module one, you guys are spending 3 hours, right? In module three, also you're spending the same 3 hours, right? So, but like definitely, module one, where you're just doing the basic things like array, taking the input of array strings and all these things. So it might be fine at that point of time. But when you're coming to module three, definitely the difficulty of the problems, the complexity and everything increased, right? So you need to put more efforts here, like in terms of time. Okay. I agree that it might be difficult. You guys are working professionals and all. Okay, I agree. But there's no other way. Like there's no shortcuts in this. माफ वाले issue पता चला. Correct, correct, correct. यार गैप ईयर का ये सबका देखो एक चीज नहीं होता ना. Like there is no certain job description for certain things, right? So if you just open the portal, ठीक है, any company, कोई भी company का नाम दो, I'll just open the portal, ठीक है, Amazon.jobs हो गया, Amazon.careers हो गया, ठीक है, just look at the opportunities for students, ठीक है. You can see that 524 open jobs are there. Just look at that, ठीक है, क्या क्या है. जैसे कि मैं full time software development choose किया, right, and that too in India, right? You'll be getting lot of applications, right? You can see what is the, जैसे ये हो गया software development in testing, basic qualification देख लो, the bachelor's or master's degree, right? So like you'll be finding, like if you are qualified with these qualifications, right, there won't be any blockers at the end. You can just apply directly from here, right? वैसे ही कुछ और देख लो, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट इंजीनियरिंग नहीं, you can choose any other category as well, right? Like intern हो गया, program analyst हो गया, designer हो गया. There are multiple things, right? But not all the jobs are having the same qualification. See, programming experience in one modern language बस, ठीक है, and the basic qualifications, right? So mostly computer science degree को ही मतलब not necessarily BTech, uh, but other degrees are also eligible in few jobs, ठीक है. So just search that job, have some patience and apply for it. Keep applying. You'll be facing lot of rejections, let me tell you, right? Rejections बहुत मिलेंगे. Like I personally got rejected in 21 companies before getting selected into Amazon, right? So rejections होता रहेगा. You just need to do the work. Keep on doing. 21 companies including the test as well. Interviews की बात नहीं कर रहा, ठीक है. Interviews, so I gave 3 interviews, ठीक है, before this. but you will be facing a lot of rejection. That's the reality. Okay, but at the end you will be reaching at like some place which is going to be good. Okay, you're going to love it. Okay, any place, just be satisfied with it. Don't look at the CTC figure, because CTC तो बहुत inflated होता है, right? So if you're getting somewhere around, like, let me be honest, for a product based company 12 lakh base is really good. Okay, if you're getting anywhere near this, then like you are equal to working at Amazon. For me, according to me, I'm being brutally honest here. Okay, CTC पे मत जाना. Just see what is the culture you're getting. Okay, just see कि what are the things you're learning. What is your uh, what is your projection there. Okay, what are the things that you're learning. How valuable you're becoming by working there. Okay, all such factors matters. Okay, yeah, lot of things matter, just not the CTC. Okay, so guys, let's get started. Okay, when we get to know about the base after selection, yeah, kind of after the selection only. Okay, so there will be a negotiation kind of thing after you get selected. Okay, and based on that you will be receiving. Varna, like if at all few jobs may they will be mentioning this is the CTC that we are offering. Do you want to join or not? Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, shall we get started? Okay, okay, okay. I was okay. Chalo. So guys, we'll be doing a lot of questions today. Okay, like I picked up few questions. Okay, if you are from the portal and if you are from other things. Okay, so we'll be doing that. Before that, I hope like I picked up many of the questions that are in the portal as well. Okay, so let's view at that questions once. Okay, so that it will be easier for us. Okay, so guys, have you guys tried this particular question? Find hinged element. Module 1, 2, 3 are enough for getting a job. Yes, module 1, 2, 3 are enough for getting a job. But personally, I won't be sufficient. I won't be satisfied with just 1, 2, 3. I'll be going for module 4 as well. Because module 4 may you'll be learning a lot of things which are not present in module 3. You'll be learning graphs, you'll be learning DP. Okay. If you're a person who is aiming at 30 or 40 cities or very large companies like Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, okay, Goldman Sachs, and all the big investment banks, just go for this man. These are the questions that they ask. Okay, graphs, DP हो गया, DBMS, OS. You're kind of doing a क्या बोलते हैं? You're kind of doing that thing, man. A सस्ता computer science degree where you're learning only the relevant skills, right? If you actually learn in a computer science degree, there are a lot of other stuff which is not very relevant in the modern age. So these are the things that are very relevant, right? So I strongly suggest you guys to go for module 4. Okay, once you join the course, don't get settled for module 3. Don't get settled for like if you're according to me, if your aim is 10 miles, just aim for the 11th mile, man. So so just do whatever you can. Okay, don't leave any chance of working more. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हारे पास दो ऑप्शन है जहाँ पे तुम्हें ज्यादा काम करना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, नॉट काम, ज्यादा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, एंड हायर इज द रिवॉर्ड, राइट? एंड तुम्हें कम मेहनत करना पड़ेगा बस लोअर इज द रिवॉर्ड. आई विल ऑलवेज ऑलवेज विदाउट एनी डाउट, आईज क्लोज, आई विल बी चूजिंग दिस वे. ज्यादा मेहनत ज्यादा रिवॉर्ड, दैट्स मी. ठीक है, सो आई वांट यू गाइस टू बी द सेम. ठीक है, क्या हो गया, मॉड्यूल 4 कर दिया तो क्या हो गया? लाइक यू विल बी लर्निंग फ्यू थिंग्स, राइट? मे बी यू मे नॉट अंडरस्टैंड ऑल ऑफ देम, बट 2-3 महीने बाद समझ में आना स्टार्ट होगा, क्या पता, लेकिन काम आएगा. ठीक है, कभी ना कभी काम आएगा. ठीक है, डोंट लीव दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी. डोंट गेट satisfied with only less. ठीक है, या डोंट स्किप एनी मॉड्यूल्स में. प्रो 40 सीटीसी ज्यादा हो गया लग रहा है तुम्हें. 40 तो बेस होता है HD2 का Amazon में. Like things will, like the things which you feel that are too much, once you achieve them, that's not very too much for you. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं वरुण, like many people will be finding trouble in building the logic. It's a very slow process. ठीक है, काफी टाइम लगेगा, तुरंत नहीं मिल जाएगा, तुरंत मिल जाएगा तो हर कोई क्रैक कर लेगा ना. ठीक है, तो इट इज लिटिल, यू नो, वो होता है यार, मतलब इट इज लिटिल स्लो प्रोसेस एंड इट्स कंसिस्टेंट प्रोसेस. ठीक है, मैं बताया था ये चीज कि इफ यू गो फॉर अ जिम कंटिन्यूअसली फॉर 9 hours, ठीक है, इट वॉन्ट गिव यू एनी thing. ठीक है, but if you go to gym for every day 40 minutes or 30 minutes, ठीक है, that will bring the change in you. ठीक है, I always prefer consistency over intensity. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, just whatever God gave you. ठीक है, just, I mean, like if you feel that you are little efficient, if you are not understanding much as your friend is doing, just just think about what you can do with that. ठीक है, you have the problem, everyone has the problems, right? So you just need to think how to tackle them. ठीक है, let me tell you, like in lockdown, ठीक है, it was lockdown का beginning, right? I was stuck at home and I am very unfocused person in terms of work or studies. If at all there are people around me, ठीक है, I want complete loneliness if I want to study or work. ठीक है, that's how I am. ठीक है, I don't know why I am like this, but that's a problem in me. I have a problem in me. ठीक है, so since it's a lockdown, there are two kids who used to come to my house and play with me. ठीक है, every day, and even I like that, so I used to play, but I never used to study. But I know that I need to study, right? I need to study the DSA, or else I can't. I need to complete the interview, but I'm not able to do because there are multiple people around me who are walking, like talking with each other. Even my mom, like I go to the kitchen and just talk with my mom, ask what is she's making, about everything, about some concepts and everything. Like I can't focus, right? That's a problem in me. I know I have a problem, but I'm ready to accept it and work on the solution. So what is the solution? What is the solution here? What is the solution, guys? Yeah, I'll start. Just a second. I'll start. Solution क्या है इसका? Stop procrastinating. तो बहुत simple हो गया यार, मतलब it's a very trivial thing. Correct, correct. I think that's correct. Read after everyone slept. That's exactly what I did. ठीक है, मैं सुबह 8 बजे तक पढ़ता था, ब्रेकफास्ट कर लेता था, then I used to go to sleep. I gave my phone to my friend, not phone, my account, my Microsoft account, so that he can attend my classes, online classes, because I don't have anything to do with the online classes of my college. ठीक है, not active job. ठीक है, ऐसा मत करना कि active job का skip करने लग गया. I used to wake up at some at evening, ठीक है, at 7 or 6 o'clock. I used to go to play badminton, and again at 11 o'clock night. I'm talking about night. I used to start studying until 8 o'clock. I used to study. No disturbance. I used to sleep all the day and work all the night. Like, it is not healthy. I'm not saying it is very healthy process, but at times you need to do such things because that's the only solution I found. Yeah, like there are many fights happened between me and my family. Right? My father used to like scold me a lot for that, but no, like I used to believe in what I'm doing and I did it at the end, and now he's happy with that. And I kind of troll him for that. He used to scold me to sleep. See what's happened now. Just because I didn't sleep, I could do this. And he says, yes, yes, you're correct. Right. So like it will take time, man, like 6 months lagega proper, like proper to master it. Okay. Even if you learn all the concepts, you are not master. Okay. Doing practicing a lot will make you the master. Okay. Master in the sense the person who is able to do 70% of the problems. This is the definition of master for me. Okay. Definitely tired hota tha. I used to open Netflix, कुछ stand up comedy देख लेता था. Like I used to eat at night. जैसे lunch भी करना है ना. I used to do my lunch at the night. ठीक है, तो उस टाइम पे मैं नेटफ्लिक्स का खोल लिया. ऐसे नहीं कि हर दिन करता था. यूज टू स्किप, एक दिन स्किप कर दिया, 2 दिन स्किप कर दिया, वापस में लगता था. राइट, सो definitely there's no one around, so I used to study. Right, so like you, everyone has a problem, just find your solution. Your solution will work with only you. Okay, there's no universal solution for all the problems. Okay, okay, let's get started. Enough, we spoke a lot, man, than expected. Okay, but it definitely, I hope this helped you guys to realize what is this. Yeah, even I watch anime. Okay, right. चलो let's get started man quickly. ठीक है, you have this element. ठीक है, find hinged element. So what is this hinged element defined as? कि that's the reason why I give you breaks. ठीक है, break देना जरूरी है. That will let you assimilate whatever you're learning. ठीक है, मतलब like the world's most powerful machine, that is our brain, needs some rest as well, right? Can't make a machine work for 24 hours. You can't. It won't work. The efficiency decreases. Correct? So do never make that thing. ठीक है, ज्यादा ज्यादा मत करो, ज्यादा पढ़ाई मत करो, मतलब लाइक कंटिन्यूसली 3-4 घंटा पढ़ने मत लगना. डू इट लाइक 2.5 hours, 2 hours मैक्स, उसके बाद ब्रेक लो. ठीक है, उससे ज्यादा मेरा भी स्टैमिना नहीं है, राइट? इवन नाउ आई एम टॉकिंग. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स डू इट. ठीक है, सो या बस अभी ये डिस्कशन बंद करते हैं. ठीक है, लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड इनटू क्लास. ठीक है, इज एवरीवन हाई एंड आई मीन जोश विद द जोश, राइट? शैल वी स्टार्ट? है ना, थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, ठीक है. I'm not sure if someone. Let me see what's the camera. Yeah, stopped. Cool. ठीक है, देखो, focus on this. ठीक है, don't focus on anyone's camera, not even mine. ठीक है, I closed. ठीक है, चलो, enough of the talk. ठीक है, let's focus on the steps. ठीक है, let's focus on the work. ठीक है, this is your work. ठीक है, do it. It will pay you a lot and lot. Pay ना मतलब पैसा नहीं, in experience, in skills, in the life, in the gratitude that you are going to show yourself. ठीक है, everything. चलो, you have an array. ठीक है, you have this array. The question is, find an element. ठीक है, before which all the elements are smaller than it, and after which all the elements are greater than it. Return the index of that element if there is such element. बस simple question. ठीक है, so there will be one array given to you. You're supposed to find. ठीक है, you're supposed to find what is the an element, which element, whose element you are supposed to return the index where all the elements on its left are smaller than it and all the elements on its right are larger than it. Can you see all the elements on its right of 6 is larger than it, all the elements on its left are smaller than it, guys? ऐसा कोई और एलिमेंट है जो ये चीज कर रहा है? So you'll be returning this particular index. How to do it? What is the brute force approach? No, you can't apply binary search because it's not a sorted value. है ना? Guys, let's think. Let's think now. 3 लूप करेक्ट चिराग, दैट इज अ ब्रूट फोर्स अप्रोच, राइट? लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से 3 लूप की जरूरत नहीं है, 2 लूप्स में हो जाएगा ना. तुम जबरदस्ती तीसरा लूप लेके आ रहे हो. जस्ट इमेजिन यू विल जस्ट गो टू एवरी element and you will calculate what is the right sum and what is the left, sorry, not right sum. What will you calculate? You will just calculate if all the elements are greater than my particular element, if all the elements are less than my particular element on its left, something like this. You'll just go to every element and for I, right? So you'll just check from j equals to 0 till I. ठीक है, you'll just check if every element, something like this, man. The code is of this format, right? If every element is smaller than I, ठीक है, then only you can keep the count or you can just uh, do something else. You can just break the loop. ठीक है, you can keep on counting. अगर greater than हो गया, you'll just break it, right? Something like this. Are you getting it? और उसके बाद you'll be making it from I plus 1. Here you'll be checking if all the elements are greater than the I value or not. Correct? है ना? Are you guys getting how the logic is going to be? And what is the time complexity here? n square, correct? So this is n square approach. ठीक? Yesterday I just put an idea inside your mind. ठीक है? So if you are able to skip this thing, now try to think कि n square है, इसमें से skip क्या कर सकते हैं? हर एक एलिमेंट के पास जाके देखना तो skip नहीं कर सकते ना भाई, right? You can only skip this because this is a very repetitive process, correct? Just try to understand कि if I'm able to at any particular position, if I'm able to see what is the maximum element on its prefix मतलब before this element, excluding this element, maximum element क्या है? यहाँ पे 5 है, ठीक है? What is the minimum element in its suffix excluding this element? Minimum element is 7, correct? So if my element is greater than the maximum element on its left, and if it is less than the minimum element of its left, एक बार ध्यान से सुनना, इसमें से maximum है ना? If my element is greater than the maximum element of its left subarray, ठीक है? Maximum element on its left subarray, ठीक है? तो क्या मैं बोल सकता हूँ बाकी सब एलिमेंट्स भी ग्रेटर देन दिस पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट है कि नहीं? Guys, just imagine this thing. If I found what is the maximum element in its left subarray, if my element is greater than the maximum element, क्या मैं बोल सकता हूँ बाकी सब तो छोटा ही इससे है? मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट से ही बड़ा है तो बाकी सबसे तो छोटा ही होगा, मतलब बाकी सब तो छोटा ही होगा इससे. Are you guys getting it? The same way, if I found out what is the minimum element in the right subarray, right? मतलब suffix array. So if my element is less than the minimum value, ये minimum है, minimum से भी कम है, मतलब बाकी सबसे तो कम ही होगा, but because this is the minimum value. Is this making sense? Correct? तो again, लेकिन maximum minimum find करने के लिए भी loop लगेगा, correct? So I put an idea inside your mind yesterday कि why can't we have a prefix max? Why can't we have that? सोचो क्यों नहीं कर सकते भाई? बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. कैसे? 5 1 4 3 6 8 10 7 9. Prefix maximum will tell me what is the maximum value. Like first value will be this value. Is this value greater than this? No. So 5 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? No. 5 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? No. 5 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? Yes. 6 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? 8 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? 10 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? No. 10 is the maximum. Is this value greater than this? No. 10 is the maximum. So this guy, prefix of I, will tell me maximum value of a of 0 से लेकर a of I. क्यों? देखो इसमें लाइक a of 0 से लेकर सम नहीं, लाइक प्रीफिक्स जरूरी नहीं कि हमेशा सम में फाइंड करेगा, ठीक है? ये भी तो फाइंड कर सकता है मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या है, करेक्ट? आई पुट दिस आइडिया बिफोर लीविंग द क्लास yesterday, if you guys remember, right? करेक्ट. सो देखो लाइक इफ आई एम, ठीक है, so let's assume we have another array that is called suffix min. This guy will be like suffix हमेशा पीछे से जनरेट होता है, राइट? सो मिनिमम वैल्यू फाइंड करेगा, मिनिमम 9 ही है अभी के लिए, उसके बाद 7 will be the minimum. Can you compare these two things? Whichever is smaller, you just put that. Compare these two things, smaller is 7 only. Compare these two things, smaller is 6. Compare these two things, smaller is 3. Compare these two things, smaller is 3. Compare these two things, 1. Compare these two things, 1. So देखो, like what does this guy say? Suffix of I says कि minimum value of all from a of I plus 1 till the end. थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा अगर अभी भी क्लियर नहीं है तो, right? It will take big of n time to calculate this. It will take big of n time to calculate this. उसके बाद एक और पास लगेगा where, ठीक है, where you're checking, ठीक है, you where you're checking with, for example, you're checking here, ठीक है, you just check what is the minimum value on the right, that is suffix of right. So for every value you will be checking this. If a of I is less than suffix of I plus 1, and this guy prefix of I minus 1 should be less than prefix of A of 1, right? Because this guy is maximum value on its left subarray, and this guy is telling minimum value on its right subarray. If this guy is less than minimum, then he is less than all the elements. If this guy is greater than the maximum, then he is greater than the maximum. So we'll do this for all the values. All the values, each and every value. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे maximum value 5 है, right? And minimum value 3 है. Wrong. Correct, दोनों के बीच में होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे maximum value 5 है, यहाँ पे 3 है. Wrong. यहाँ पे 5 है, 6 है. Wrong. 6 के बाद देखना, यहाँ पे 5 है and यहाँ पे 7 है. That's exactly what I'm searching for. The minimum value from here is 7. The maximum value from here is 5. This guy is right in between them. So this is a valid one. Don't you guys agree? Yeah. सोचो इसके बारे में, सही है ना? Think of that thing. तो बनाते कैसे हैं? That is a good question. Like I'll make it, ठीक है? But you guys will be doing it at the end, ठीक है? मैं नहीं करने वाला हूँ, ठीक है? So बनाता कैसे? कोई हेल्प करेगा मुझे? गाइस इसको ना उसके बिना भी कर सकते हैं, बट यू गाइस नीड टू थिंक अ लिटिल बिट ऑन इट, ठीक है? बट अभी के लिए हाउ डू वी मेक इट? जस्ट ट्राई टू हेल्प मी. देखो पहला चीज तो मेरे हिसाब से कि यू गाइस विल बी डोंट एनोटेट ऑन माय स्क्रीन प्लीज. आई कैन सी सम चैट. डोंट, देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ एनी स्टैक बैक मैन. डोंट से सच थिंग्स, ठीक है? सो वी कैन डू इट इजीली by just having a prefix, like you can call it prefix को left max करके बुला सकते हो, है ना? या let me mark it as like left of prefix max or something, right? So let me just create an array prefix left max, pre left max, right? This guy is of a size n, right? I'll create something like this, right? Then what I can do is, अभी एक बार सोचना कि what about the first value. यहाँ पे we didn't think about first value. यहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है? So यहाँ पे it is considered as this value is as the minimum value, सबसे minimum, integer minimum. यहाँ पे this value is considered as maximum value, correct? So that is an assumption given, ठीक है? So that like last value, if at all it is greater than all the values, then that could be a pivot element, correct? Guys, answer could be 0, ठीक है? Why? Because it is assumed that if all the elements on its left are smaller than this, then if at all this is a value like 99, then this will be the pivot index, right? Because all the elements are less than this, there are no elements, so it is considered as it is max value, right? So here instead of 5 I can put a value like, just help me, what I can put, I can put a minimum value because -1, yeah, chill hai, right? So let me create it, first, okay? So I can just have something like this, like prefix of left max of 0 is nothing but a of 0, right? Or else I can put it as minimum value as well based on your thing, okay? The way you are writing the algorithm, right? So I am making it in this way, okay? So I can just make something like, or else try to think of this thing. अगर मैं prefix of left max को if I write it in this way कि maximum of all, ठीक है, a of 0 से a of I minus 1 तक की, then it will be very simple, right? then it will be very simple because I minus one condition will be, you need to take care of it. It should not be minus one, right? So by taking care of that, you'll be doing this. But cool, right now I can just do it in this way. Okay, I can just run a loop. Okay, I can just run a loop and I can just say prefix of left max of I is equal to max math dot max of previous value. Take a previous value and the current value, right? Are you guys getting what I'm doing? Hello guys. Correct, correct Raviteja, correct. तो वैसे suffix के लिए भी बना देना. This is one loop. Another loop will be running from back n minus one से n minus two से शायद. देखो ये one से चलेगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे minus one नहीं आना चाहिए, right? So I'll run it from n minus two, I of greater than zero, and I plus plus. Let me create a sub right min. Sub right min is nothing but math dot min of suffix sub right min of I plus one, comma a of I. How cool is that? Like you created two prefix max and prefix min, suffix min arrays, and at every point, again you'll run a loop from the beginning. I won't run from the beginning because beginning का edge case है, right? So I'll just run it from here. I'll just check यहाँ पे भी like minus one तक ही. If a prefix of left max I minus one is less than my current value, and this guy should be greater than, this guy should be less than suffix of left right max, right min of I plus one. Correct? ये देखना, अगर else में आ गया तो you just skip that particular thing. तो वैसे हर एक वैल्यू के लिए देखो और इसमें रिटर्न आई कर देना. Don't you think this is correct, guys? Yeah, you can Varun. Because like if at all this guy is less than this particular value, it will be updated, right? And the same thing will happen with this person as well. Correct? You can do that. So in that way, you can eliminate the base case as well. Nice. Is the solution clear for everyone? Is the solution clear for everyone? Is my question. For 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't find anything. Oh, sorry. For 1, 2, 3, 4, for 1, 2, 3, 4, for all the values will be pivot elements, na? Right. This is also pivot element. This is also pivot element. The first pivot element we're returning. So, right? Just 3 passes. One pass may prefix of left max. So the idea behind this question is to not limit yourself with just the sum and product of prefix. There could be other aspects as well, just like this. You'll be learning this in future. A lot of questions you can do it using this particular method. Okay, guys. N minus one is hinged. इसका मतलब है कि that element is the largest element. I told you, right? अभी बताया था कि ये value अगर 99 होता, then this could be understood as a hinged element because there are no elements after this. So it is a max element की तरह consider करो इसको. Like based on the way you're writing the code. यहाँ पे I didn't write the code for I of 0 and I of minus 1. Okay, you can write it in your own way. Right? Like Varun has said, you can make all these things equal with each other. You can see that यहाँ पे सब equal हो रहा है. So that is the correct answer. Right? So it depends on the way, but the idea is correct. Sunil, first element is smallest, मतलब that will be your answer. Okay? You need to write that. I wantonly skipped that thing. See, less than I minus 1 और I से start कर रहा हूँ. Correct? Can I expect you guys to do this now? मुश्किल नहीं है ना question. Right? You guys can do it. It's not difficult. There are multiple ways to do it. ठीक है? Like this is one of the way. ठीक है? अगर तुम लोग और सोच सकते हो, you can think. Duplicates हो तो क्या होगा vanilla? Duplicates होगा तो क्या होगा? There won't be any difference. Mustafa says ki 4 test cases are failing. Just think, Mustafa, ki if you're writing for the edge cases or not, for the last edge cases. ठीक है, मतलब because I didn't write for the last edge cases, right? Try to think कि if you're writing it in the same way. Debugging कैसे करना है? Like if you feel that question समझ नहीं आ रहा, क्यों गलत हो समझ नहीं आ रहा, print the values. Print करो console में. Print करके देखो कि what is the left max और left min क्या हो रहा है. Like पूरा array print करना. Prefix of left max का. पूरे suffix का left max का array print करना अलग line में, right? So just then you try to dry run. So this is also skill you need to learn. ठीक है, पूरा array भी print करो. अब तुम मैनुअली देखो हर एक एलिमेंट का इसका ज्यादा है कि नहीं, ज्यादा है कि नहीं, अगर ज्यादा है तो क्यों नहीं आ रहा आंसर में, राइट? या यू कैन डू इट इन बिग ऑफ वन स्पेस एज वेल, नितेश. ठीक है, ठीक है, यू कैन डू इट. जस्ट ट्राई टू थिंक ऑफ इट इन अ वे ऑफ प्रोडक्ट सम की तरह सोचो कि हाउ कैन यू गेट व्हाट इज द मिनिमम वैल्यू व्हाइल यू आर मूविंग. एक बार सोचना उसके बारे में. व्हाइल यू आर मूविंग इफ यू कैन जनरेट दैट थिंग, एक बार सोचो. ठीक है, so I'll tell you if you are having any close. You should not check, I guess, a of 0 or a of 1. It's based on your code, right? Shall we move forward, guys? एक बार सोचो उसके बारे में. Yes, you can do it. ठीक है, but right now this is not a bad way. ठीक है, to do this. ठीक है, we'll go ahead and do few problems which we already did using hashing, but they can be more optimized using 2 pointers. ठीक है, ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस करेंगे. So I'm hoping everyone understood the approach. ठीक है, everyone got the idea and are supposed to be implementing it, right? It's an easy question, right? You can do it, correct? चले आगे, guys. Oh, longest, not this, not this. Anagram palindrome. देखो यार ये क्वेश्चन कुछ है. Can you guys think of this question एक बार? This is a hashing question basically, but I just found it and मुझे लगा कि पढ़ा देना चाहिए. एक बार देखो इसको. Like you are given a string. ठीक है, check if all the characters of the given string can be rearranged to form a palindrome. Time complexity is big of n for both time and space and time. Guys, can you do this question? Check the frequency फिर. Using 2 pointers नहीं, not using 2 pointers, definitely not. ठीक है, क्योंकि like it is an anagram. ठीक है, it is like it is jumbled. ठीक है, even frequency correct. You guys are correct. You guys are partially correct. ठीक है, क्योंकि देखो कभी palindrome होता है ना, right? So this is a palindrome, right? This is also a palindrome. Do you guys agree? Correct. So देखो, like what I can do is a is also a palindrome. ठीक है, so what basically I'm trying to say is कि try to find a try to create a hash map or a frequency character array for each element. ठीक है, try to find what is the frequency. इसके लिए तुम्हें ऐसा मिलेगा a is mapped to 2 and b is mapped to 2. Agreed? Right, guys? A is mapping to 2 and B is mapping to 2. Correct? The same way A is mapping to 4. Right? So, like simple hai. Like frequency map find karna. If all the elements are having the frequency divisible by 2, then it is a palindrome. So simple, right? Right? But problem occurs with this. ठीक है, so जो इसके लिए A is having frequency 2, B is having a frequency 2, O is having frequency 1, right? So don't you think this is a palindrome? Yes, it's a palindrome, man. It's a palindrome, guys. right? So it is a palindrome even though it has a odd frequency, because there's only one character that is having an odd frequency. You're saying this is a palindrome, you can see that frequency map is going to be something like this, but there's only one character. So just maintain a count of character which are having odd frequency. अगर आप count 1 से ज्यादा है तो नहीं है, आंसर नहीं है, it's not a palindrome. Guys, कोड करूं, जल्दी जल्दी कोड कर दूं तुम लोग के लिए, जल्दी जल्दी कोड
You
कर
have
दूं.
explained it, bro.
Sorry,
एक क्वेश्चन पहले ही कर दिया हम.
अच्छा कर दिया तुम लोगों ने, ये पोर्टल पे भी है ना ब्रो?
आप ही बोला भैया.
मैं बोला
Sir,
हाँ,
he is saying that you had done this question previously.
nahi, see, not this question actually. We did a question to find what is the longest palindrome. It
Yes,
might be
sir.
looking similar, ठीक है? उसमें you're trying to see कि what is the length of the longest palindrome that could be formed, है ना? उसमें अगर 2 है मैप, B है 2 मैप, 1 है, like you are adding this frequency 2 plus 2 plus 1 करके, correct? यहाँ पे वो नहीं है, यहाँ पे you're just saying कि yes or no, guys.
Yes, sir.
They are different questions, man. That is what I'm saying कि तुम लोग don't put these prerequisites in your mind कि like प्रोड्यूसराइज मत करना कि सेम क्वेश्चन है, like people tend to do this thing. ठीक है, एक बार क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से पढ़ना, अरे ये क्वेश्चन तो मैंने किया है एनाग्राम में, मैं जल्दी जल्दी कर लूंगा. डोंट डू दैट, ठीक है? इट्स अ डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन, इट्स नॉट द सेम क्वेश्चन. दैट इज लॉन्गेस्ट पैलिंड्रोम. उस क्वेश्चन में यू आर गिवन अ स्ट्रिंग, यू आर सपोज्ड टू फाइंड व्हाट इज द लॉन्गेस्ट पैलिंड्रोम दैट कैन आई मेक फ्रॉम द स्ट्रिंग. यहाँ पे पूरा स्ट्रिंग पैलिंड्रोम क्या एनाग्राम है कि नहीं ये पूछ रहा है. डिफरेंस दिख रहा है ना गाइस? गाइस डिफरेंस है या? इट इज इजी, इसलिए मैं जल्दी जल्दी कोड कर रहा हूँ, राइट? तो देखो उसमें क्या करना है, लाइक यू जस्ट रन अ लूप ऑफ ऑल द एलिमेंट्स, राइट, एंड जस्ट इंक्रीज द फ्रीक्वेंसी एट दैट पर्टिकुलर कैरेक्टर, है ना? सो अगेन जस्ट रन अ लूप in all the elements and just check if frequency of uh, of I is modulo 2 is not equals to 0, then just increase the count variable, count plus plus करना, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे देखना काउंट को सेट करना इनिशियली 0 में. अगर काउंट का वैल्यू इफ काउंट इज ग्रेटर देन 1, ठीक है, इट मींस रिटर्न 0, एल्स रिटर्न 2. 30 सेकंड में कोड कर दिया, राइट? गाइस, इज दिस कोड करेक्ट? कैन यू गाइस टेल मी? कुछ डाउट है इसमें? हाँ, लाइक ये सब तो गलत है. लाइक कंपाइलेशन के अलावा, लाइक डू यू गाइस, आर यू गाइस एबल टू रिलेट? Yes, frequencies of line 26, that's again my mistake, I'm sorry. And there's another thing, मुझे ये भी तो गलत किया मैंने, ये से सब्ट्रैक्ट करना ना, इसको पता क्यों नहीं रहा? And what are the things that are available here? Are they all small characters? काफी सारे कंपाइलेशन एरर्स है. -a, करेक्ट? -a से मुझे वो मिलेगा, क्या बोलते हैं कि -a से this is my hash function. I'm just mapping all the elements from a to z as 0 to 25, correct? a को a से मल्टीप्लाई करूँ तो 0 आएगा, b को a से मल्टीप्लाई करूँ तो 1 आएगा. काफी बार बता चुका ये चीज, है ना? करेक्ट. सो दिस इज अनदर क्वेश्चन मैन, ठीक है? सो दिस इज अनदर दिस क्वेश्चन, इसको एक बार देखना. दिस आल्सो वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. Try to think about this question. You're given an array only consisting of 0, 1 and 2. You're supposed to print it. I mean, you're supposed to sort it. ठीक है? इसको कुछ और भी बोलते हैं यार, इसको कुछ Like, I'm not sure if it is called Dutch problem or something. Dutch flag का color चाहिए सब, है ना? So कौन सा color का एक बार देख लेना, red, white and blue, ठीक है? And उस question भी बोलता था, same question, ठीक है? You're supposed to bring all these things. It's a famous question. Dutch national flag problem. Correct, correct. ठीक है? So go ahead, बताओ क्या solution है इसका? Like क्या question है ये?
Uday, can I say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just one approach like I have in my mind. So we
Mhm.
can take the count of all the numbers and then like we can arrange it in the answer array like.
Okay. So you mean to say, bro, Dinesh,
Mm-hmm.
you mean to say that you'll be maintaining three variables, that is count 0,
Right.
count 1,
Mm-hmm.
count 2, 2 की तरह, है ना?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
Initially everything 0,
Mm-hmm.
and based on these values, ये 2
Mhm.
आया तो इसको increment कर दिया, ये 0 आया इसको increment कर दिया, ये 2 आया इसको increment कर दिया. In that way, like you'll be forming this thing, correct? 2 2 2
Right.
करके,
Right.
है ना?
Right.
So you'll be no arrays dot sort use मत करना please, लिखा है यहाँ पे, right? So you mean to say that, guys, is the question clear for everyone? You're just given array with 0, 1s and 2s. You're just supposed to sort it. So what he says is he'll be making these three counts, and first till this guy exhausts, he will move. Like he'll create an array of size n. Till this guy exhausts, he'll put zeros. Okay, 2 times. उसके बाद 1 1. उसके बाद 2 2. Correct. This is the correct approach. Correct. So this particular thing is called counting sort as well. I'll tell you, don't worry. एक और बार बता दूंगा, don't worry. But get this idea. This is called counting sort. ठीक है? If the range of values is small, ठीक है? You can use a hash map to store its frequency. ठीक है? And based on its keys, you can insert those elements into the answer one by one. Am I correct, Dinesh? Sonam, I'll repeat it. Don't worry. Okay. So let me just repeat it from the scratch. Okay. What I'm saying is you have a array with 1 1 1 2 2 0 0 1 2 ऐसे कुछ है, right? So supposed to sort it. Okay. So what I'll maintain is I'll maintain like I can maintain 3 variables, namely count 0, count 1, count 2. Everything initially, like these guys will store how many zeros are there. ठीक है? तो पूरा ट्रैवर्स करना और जितने 0 आ रहा है उसको इंक्रीमेंट करो. 1 आया तो 1 को इंक्रीमेंट करना. ठीक है? In that way, at the end you will get this as 4. At the end you will get this as 3. At the end you will get this as 3 again. Correct? So this is how the map is like this. Count 0 is 3, count 1 is 4, count 2 is 3. Right? Now the number of zeros are there, that is 3. Okay? So you'll just make a pointer. Okay? That is I equals to 0, and you will just run this. Okay? You will just run this till count 0 and just put that into the answer. Answer of I is nothing but 0. The same thing you'll do it for again, like I'll continue using the same I, but I'll be using another j, that is j equals to 0, and I'll be running it from count 1. Right? So I'll be using the same I, and I'll be putting 1 here in this way. Right? Again, I'll do the same thing. So is the algorithm clear for you guys? See how I'm using the frequency, how I'm using the frequency of the elements. Okay? To create my sorted answer. Do you guys agree with me? Hello? Right? Correct. We can use any sorting algorithms, but sorting algorithms will be taking big of n square. Correct? Bubble sort and everything will take big of n square. correct? And if you look at quick sort or merge sort, it will take and log n, right? In the best, right? So rewrite नहीं हो रहा है, I'm making it in an answer variable, answer array, ठीक है? It's a different array. This particular thing, ठीक है? This particular thing is taking time complexity of big of n and space complexity as nothing, big of 1. Correct, guys? What if Dinesh, can you extend this idea if at all you have distinct values up to 10 or 15? Guys, question, guys, थोड़ा शांत हो जाओ. 2 पॉइंट से है एक अप्रोच, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है? You can use a tree map definitely, लेकिन tree map से n log n हो जाएगा. So no. Frequency map, correct. See, यहाँ पे there are only 3 values, so you used count 0, count 1 and count 10, count 2. अगर 10 वैल्यू है तो मैं ऐसे करता नहीं जाऊंगा ना, count 3, count 4, count 5. So I'll be using an array. Even right now, I can use an array of count of the size 3. So count 0 will be telling number of counts of 0. Count 1 will be telling number of count of 1. Count 2 will be telling number of counts of 2. Don't you guys agree with this thing? Hello? इसमें 10 रख दूंगा. So this particular thing is called counting sort. It's called counting sort. ठीक है? चलो ये हो गया. Like counting sort में like यहाँ पे like you can use this or you can use this. Anything is fine. ठीक है? But at the end you're able to do it. ठीक है? Great. क्या इसको कोड करने की जरूरत है? I can if you guys insist me. It's not very difficult. और सिंपल तरीके से I can write it. ठीक है? एक बार ऐसे लिख दूंगा मैं. Like I can just write I equals to 0 and I is less than n. Just एक बार देख लेना guys. ठीक है? If a of I is equals to 0, I'll just do count 0 plus plus. Else if a of I is equals to 1, I'll just make count of 1 plus plus. वरना count of 2 plus plus. ठीक है? And you'll be running the loop again from 0 to n. ठीक है? With I only. Right? This time you'll be writing something like if I is less than count of 0, I'll just name the answer of I as 0. Right? Else if अगर इसको exceed कर गया, right? The iterator value exceeded this. Like I'll just check now with count of 1 as well. Take a count of 0 plus count of 1. I'll be comparing with these two things. Answer of I is equals to 1. Else condition में answer of I is equals to 2 जब तक last तक जाएगा. Correct? Depend on the space complexity is big of 1 because we are just using 3 variables, right? They are not expanding, right? Even if you used 100 variables, it is big of 1 only because big of 1 का मतलब है constant. ठीक है? तुम जितना भी n का value रखो, like it will be the same value. So is this approach clear for you guys? Is this code किसी को doubt है इसमें? किसी को भी doubt है? Yes, क्या बोलते हैं? Saurabh wants to talk. Just raise your hand. I'll unmute you. If you use an array, ठीक है? It will be big of distinct elements. But यहाँ पे distinct elements 3 है ना? So this will be the space complexity. Tushar, it won't be big of 1. It will be big of distinct elements. Tuhar, sorry. Tuhar, did you get it? ये count हम variables में store कर रहे हैं ना? These are just variables, right? These are just variables. Int count 0 equals to 0. Count 1 equals to 0. Count 2 is equals to 0. Anyone has any doubt in this approach? अरे यार, आई एम सॉरी यार, तो सारी पता नहीं कैसा दिख रहा है मुझे आज. Okay, cool. Okay, let me code it, man. Let me code it. Okay. So if you guys are insisting, let me code it. Okay. So you'll just have two variables, that is 0. Let me code it very quickly. Count 1, this will be 0 as well. And count 2, this will be 0 as well. Right, let me run a loop. And let me run a loop and let me just write this thing. If a of I is equals to 0, okay, just increase the count. 0 plus plus. Okay, if else if मतलब if भी कर सकता हूँ, दिक्कत नहीं है इसमें. Right, so I can do this thing, but let me just name these things as n equals to a dot length, and इसको मैं name a करने दो. Right, so we build this thing. Right, ये हो गया, ये simple है. ठीक है, I can just put them in the same line as well. It's fine. I don't even need to use the braces because braces करने का कोई point नहीं है. Right, so I just wrote a code like this, and now let me just run a loop till n. Right, and if I is less than the count of 0, I'll just mark it as what I need to make the change in the same array, right? So I'll just make the change in the same array. Else if I is less than count से पार हो गया, right? So count of 0 plus count of 1, because see, like if at all count of 0 is 2, count of 1 is 2. So now till the fourth position, okay, till the fourth position, I need to put that value with the value of 1, right? Same thing goes with, and remaining all positions will be this thing. Right, let me just run the code. No, it doesn't belong to prefix sum. Like no question belongs to any other question, any other topic. Okay, it is, we use that topic to solve that question. Simple. Any doubts in this, guys? Line number 14. There go. Okay, wait. देखो ऐसा है, ठीक है, इसमें if you calculate count of 0 is 2, count of 1 is 2, count of 2 is 2, है ना? ये तीनों को मिलाकर will give the value of n. Agreed? So I am running a loop from 0 to n. ठीक है, मतलब you have 6 boxes left for you, right? So you are at this position, ठीक है, till I is less than count of 0. ठीक है, मतलब 0 और 1. I'll put the 0 value in it. यहाँ पे 1 है, this is index is 2, this index is 3, this index is 4, this index is 5, right? उसके बाद ठीक है, after this thing I is less than count of 0 है, then I put here. Else में आ गया, इसका मतलब it is count of 0 से पार कर गया, right? At this moment I can't put 0, I need to put ones, right? So when, till where I should be putting when or 1, right? So whatever the count of 0 is, that is 2 plus 2, मतलब 4 position के पहले तक I need to put the values 1, right? So this position, like I'm already after this position, but after this position, till this position, I need to put ones, count of 0 plus count of 1, right? Till this position, I'll just put ones. And after that, even if this guy crossed even that, then I'll put in twos only directly. That is what I read. हाँ शेफान, ओके, रीराइट करेगा. देखो शेफान, द रीजन वाई मैं पहले रीराइट नहीं करेगा बोल रहा था, क्योंकि मुझे लगा आई एम सपोज टू रिटर्न द इंडेक्स, आई एम सपोज टू रिटर्न एन array which is sorted. ठीक है, नाउ आई हैव सीन दैट व्हाइल इंप्लीमेंटिंग, मतलब जब पीपीटी में था ये चीज नहीं देखा, while implementing, I saw that it's a void return type. Void return type matlab you need to rewrite it. Correct? Correct. You need to rewrite it. क्योंकि you're changing the values in the I, right? You're sorting it. Correct? अगर मुझे return करना integer, then I'll be creating my own array and returning that. Correct? ठीक है? Cool. Now, like you will tell it in the interview will say, okay, this is correct, but this is not the final solution. You can optimize it even further. You'll say that, like this solution is passing in 2 passes, right? 2 passes, matlab 2 times you're going through the array, 1 time, 2 times, right? Even though it is big of n, this is what I was saying exactly yesterday, right? Okay, even though this is big of n, it is passing in 2 passes. Can you write an algorithm which is just passing in 1 pass? ठीक है, एक ही पास मतलब बिग ऑफ n नहीं होना चाहिए, बट मतलब एक ही बार यू नीड टच एवरी एलिमेंट, बट यू विल बी सॉर्टिंग देम. ऐसे कुछ लिख सकते हो क्या? दिस विल बी हैश्ड बाय द इंटरव्यूअर. ये तो पक्का पूछेगा. लाइक इफ दिस क्वेश्चन कम्स, he is not expecting this counting sort वाला approach, he is expecting this approach. Swapping, correct. जो भी है गाइस, ठीक है, जिसको खाना नहीं खाना, ठीक है, you guys can think on this thing, ठीक है. I'll just go have my lunch, I'm in dinner, go and have your dinner, ठीक है. So we'll discuss this thing after the break, ठीक है. I have many questions arranged for you guys, right? Yeah, Chirag, it will be wrong, ठीक है. It will be wrong because Chirag says कि if we create a new array and print it, it will be wrong. Yes, it will be wrong, right? Because यहाँ पे इस फंक्शन को इस array के साथ कॉल किया, तो he is expecting this array to be sorted. तो check इस array पे हो रहा है, not on the printed values. Correct? I'll discuss that thing, Rennie. Don't worry. ठीक है? So right now, sorry Sunil for that. ठीक है? So सोचो इसके बारे में. To the people who are not going for it, just try to think कि how can we use 2 pointers to do this magic. ठीक है? एक कुछ सोचना. Try to think of it in a partition way. Like I और J लेना, ठीक है, and try to swap them. ठीक है, मतलब I को हमेशा zeros की तरह रखना, J को हमेशा twos की तरह रखना. Try to do that thing. ठीक है, एक बार सोचो. और K भी लेना. ठीक है, सोचो. We'll come back and we'll discuss this properly. ठीक है, no hurry. ठीक है, I'll share the link of the question. ठीक है. So ऐसा नहीं है ब्रो, वो बहुत पुरानी बात है. ठीक है, let me put it in the chat box. Try this thing. ठीक है, we'll be back. ठीक है, in 20 minutes, 10:20, right? And then I have many questions arranged for you guys. Don't worry. ठीक है, हम आराम से करेंगे. ठीक है, yeah, all the best. We'll be back. Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry. अरे 315 नहीं यार, 320 बोला था. Guys, is this question clear? Hello. Is the approach clear for you all? No, किसने बोला? Mohit, right? Okay, cool. So this is by two passes, right? So shall we get started? Are you guys present? Are you guys back from the break? Sorry. Uh, so yeah. Just a second. I'll be back. Hello. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. थोड़ा cold हो गया. Okay, cool. No worries. So guys, we have done this question using counting sort, correct? So I've asked you guys to explore any other way to do this problem. Did you guys find any other way to do this problem? देखो, low volume. Okay. देखो यार, if you have a, just give me a random array. For example, if you have something like this, 0, 2, 0, something like this. Okay. So some other value like this, right? So right now, let us assume I'm having this as I and this as J. Okay. Assume कि देखो, at the end, if I want, I can make all the, like at the end मुझे क्या करना है? I should be bringing all the zeros to the first. उसके बाद my aim should be to bring all the twos to the last, and then बीच में ones बचेंगे, ones will be there, right? For example यहाँ पे one भी है, ठीक है? I'm just assuming, ठीक है? ऐसे ones भी रखना जरूरी है ना? So let me rewrite this thing as a whole. This is a good question. मतलब actual में ये question अगर पूछेंगे interview में, right? He will be asking only one thing कि can you do this by just one pass? So this is one of the classic questions of two pointers, ठीक है? So what I'll be doing? So for example यहाँ पे one है, zero है, two है, zero है, some one, one, two, two, zero or two or something, ठीक है? So you will be pointing this, ठीक है? I here, and you will be pointing this j here, right? And you will be having a universal value that is some value like index or something, id, right? This value is used to traverse through this, ठीक है? Just to check what value is that, ठीक है? अब देखो, like if you guys remember the partition from the quick sort, right? तो उसमें क्या करते थे? Like there used to be one pointer that used to roam through the array, and you used to swap it, right? So now the same thing, I'm supposed to do the same thing, ठीक है? तो सोचो, right now I marked it as 0 and I marked this as n minus 1, right? So this particular I will be representing, ठीक है? Representing the 0, मतलब इसके पहले जो भी वैल्यूज है वो सब जीरोस, नेक्स्ट वैल्यू ऑफ जीरोस। एक बार ध्यान देना थोड़ा, दिस गाय विल बी representing the previous value of twos, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे इसके बाद सब twos है, इसके बाद सब zeros है, that is what the assumption is, ठीक है। So what I'll be doing is कि I'll be traversing from the start, right? So समझ लो if I'm at 1 I won't do anything because 1 के लिए कोई है नहीं, automatically ones will be landed in the middle, right? लेकिन zeros are supposed to be here and twos are supposed to be here, okay guys, are you with me, right? देखो रन टाइम पे ध्यान मत गाइस, प्लीज रन टाइम को देखना मत, अनलेस abnormal रन टाइम मिल रहा है तभी यू नीड टू थिंक अबाउट दैट, ठीक है। रन टाइम इज नॉट वेरी करेक्ट टू टू व्यू इट, है ना। एनी एल्गोरिथम कैन नेवर बी कंपेयर्ड बेस्ड ऑन इट्स रन टाइम। अगर टेस्ट केसेस वीक है तो रन टाइम बहुत छोटा होने वाला है, अगर टेस्ट केस बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है रन टाइम ज्यादा होगा, इवन दो यू हैव रोट अ बेटर कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी। So I don't think runtime is the right way of doing it, ठीक है। At times you are writing the same algorithm, तुम उल्टा, like if you started traversing from the back, maybe the test cases that are written are favoring that particular approach and the runtime might be less, ठीक है। So don't go by the runtime always go by the this particular thing, time complexity, ठीक है, and the number of passes, ठीक है। These are the certain things you need to keep it to your mind, ठीक है। तो देखो जैसे क्वेश्चन है, in that question we are continuously changing the string, right? वो क्वेश्चन जब भी आता है रन टाइम कुछ 600 मिलीसेकंड 700 1000 मिलीसेकंड्स पे पहुंच जाता है, फिर स्टूडेंट्स ऑलवेज आस्क मी सो व्हाई इज दिस रन टाइम सो हाई। एट दैट टाइम आई एड्रेस दैट थिंग कि रन टाइम इसीलिए हाई है बिकॉज यू आर like strings are immutable, right? And if you are adding another character to it, ठीक है, then you are creating a string, it is taking a lot of time, right? So right, it is taking a lot of time, so at that time I teach the string builder method, ठीक है। एक बार देख लेना, गूगल करना, समझ नहीं आता बताना, like I used to teach this in module 2, ठीक है। So like such times it will be making sense but not right now, ठीक है। Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is कि this particular index I'll be traversing the index, the moment I'll be finding a zero, ठीक है, what I'll be doing is I'll be swapping this element, ठीक है, I'll be swapping this element with zero, right? मतलब I'll be swapping whatever the value is with this, तो क्या होने वाला है, यहाँ पे जीरो आने वाला है, यहाँ पे वन आने वाला है, राइट। एंड देन आई विल बी पॉइंटिंग हियर, आई को एक बार इंक्रीमेंट करना होगा बिकॉज व्हाट इज आई रिप्रेजेंटिंग, आई इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द नेक्स्ट वैल्यू ऑफ जीरोस, मतलब ये इसके पहले सब जीरोस है, दैट इज assumption, राइट। सो जैसे ही जीरो से स्वैप हुआ इसका मतलब इस पॉइंट पे भी जीरो आ गया, राइट, यू विल मूव फॉरवर्ड, राइट, इट इज वन राइट नाउ, ठीक है। सो लेट मी जस्ट टेक एन इरेजर and remove these things, it's too clumsy here, right? One is here, right? Now again you will do the same thing, again index will be here, you'll see that it is 2, right? So this guy, what he'll do is he'll kind of swap it with this particular j, correct? Because it is assumed that initially this particular j is this particular j is supposed to be the previous value of all the twos, right? So you'll swap it with j, you can see that 2 2 ही हुआ, but since यहाँ पे 2 है, यहाँ पे j आ जाएगा, j एक स्टेप मूव होगा इस तरह क्योंकि 2 आ गया इस पे, है ना। So इसका functioning is in such a way that after j everything is 2, before I everything is 0, ठीक है। And like you can't move it here, even if you move it here, ठीक है, it will be wrong because यहाँ पे 1 आ सकता, यहाँ पे 0 आ सकता था, this guy could be 0, right? So you'll again check this value, ठीक है, right, again it is 2, right? So you'll swap this value with this value, right? So it will be 2 here, it will be 0 here, again you won't move forward. Every time you swap it with j you won't move forward, but you will check with the same value because the value could be 0, right, just like in this case. So again now you'll swap it with this particular guy, okay? Now it will be 0 and this guy will be 1, right? Now you can move, this code will be more clear if I code it down. Okay. So, but like the idea here is कि every time you encounter a 0, you'll swap it with I, and every time you encounter a 2, you'll be swapping it with J and move this guy, right? And you will also like you will not move forward, but you will stay in the same position because there might be a possibility that it is the same value that we are getting, right? So this thing will be true. एक बार सोचो इसके बारे में. Like I can take a small example and I'll show you. Just a second. Just take an example. Let me just take an example. ठीक है, any example. This example I can take. ठीक है, 2 0 2 1 1 0. Right? So you are at this position I, you are at this position J, you are moving, right? So it is index, right? It is 2. So you'll swap this with this, right? So you'll swap this with this. So it will be 2 here and it will be 0 here, right? And you'll move this person. J will be here, okay? But you won't move index, right? You'll be checking it is 0. So you'll swap it with I, right? They will be swapped and I will be here and index will be moving forward, right? So now it is, you can see that it is 0. So you'll swap it with the same element, okay? And you'll move forward. Index will be here and I will be here. Now you can see that it is 2, right? So you'll swap it with this value, with the J value, right? So it will be 2 here and it will be 1 here, correct? So, and then you'll move J here, but you won't move this here. Maybe this value is, maybe this value might be a 0 value. So you need to check it. You might be swapping with I again. So you, since it is 1, you'll stop, right? And the moment these both encounter each other, मतलब index is less than J, जब तक है, only then you can make it. After that you make it, there won't be any change because this guy marks की इसके बाद से सब 2C है, right? This guy marks की all the things that are before this are zeros. Okay, it's all about swapping. Like you, it's about swapping with zeros and twos. बस इतना ही है code. So I'll write a code. It will be much simple if I write a code. Okay. So let me write a code. Right. So let me write a code. I'll be having index as 0, right? So let me just write it here only. It'll be much easier for you guys to see. We are taking 3 pointers. One pointer is moving. The other pointer is marking the end of zeros. The other pointer is marking the end of 2. Okay. So let me just mark it as I equals to 0. J equals to n minus 1, right? What is n? What is n? N is this one. And then comes the IND index. Okay, this guy is nothing but 0, right? So let me just run the loop till IND is less than J. IND should be less than J, or it could be equal to J also. Like it should not exceed J because after exceeding J, it will all be 2's, right? So you won't do it. Okay. Now what I'll be doing is if A is equals to 1, A of A of index I. If at all this is 0, right? If at all this is equals to 0, in that case, I need to swap this with I, right? I need to swap this element with I. So let me just mark a temp value of I, and A of I is nothing but A of index, and A of index is nothing but temp, right? I can do this. So I swap these values and let me do I plus plus, because since I ke paas you got the 0, right? Tum 0, like at the I you got 0, so you'll move forward because I is representing till where zeros are there. Okay? And then well, समझ लो, in the other case, else if IND of 0 is equals to 1, not 2. Let me think. Guys, so do you think I should put else or not? See, it could be possible that like even after swapping with I, this value could be a value 2, right? Don't you think, guys? And that is the reason why we won't update the index. Okay, matlab, देखो, like I'm not able to give a proper example here. Like let me mark this as 2. Okay, this is the correct example, right? 0 SM, right? If I is this one, right? If you have an index at this position, okay, so you will swap it with the last value, correct? You will swap it with this last value, right? It will be 2 here and it will be 0 here, right? So after you do that, okay, after this thing has happened, okay, then you will move j value here and you will check for I this value again, right? So don't you think it should be true for this value as well? Even if you swap for I, okay, even if you swap for I, you should check the same value again, right? So if I write else, right, then either this or this, right? Even after swapping, this thing could be a 2, right? Like you have swapped 2 into it. Don't you think? I need a better example to explain. I want 2 to come here, right? Okay, okay. So guys, let's keep it simple only. Okay, let's keep it simple. Okay. So what I'm doing is, let me tell you what I'm doing is I'm just maintaining 3 pointers. One is int, int. Okay. I'll explain you that case. Okay. You are maintaining index. This is a value that is moving, okay, continuously and checking if if you have 0 or 2. Okay. So if you have 0 or 2, you'll swap it with I and j. Okay. If you have 0, you'll be swapping it with 2. Sorry, if you have 0, you'll be swapping it with I, and if you have 2, you'll swap it with 0. So at the end, okay, you'll be moving it. You'll be moving in this direction. You'll be moving in this direction. All the zeros will be accumulated on this side, and all the 2s will be accumulated on this side. Okay, that is what going to happen. For example, if you are at 2, okay, you'll be swapping it with j. Okay, so it will become 0, and this guy will become 2. Right, you'll move forward. Right, again you need to check this value. Unless it is 1, you will check it. Okay, so you'll check this value. It is 0, right? So it is 0, so you'll swap it with I and you'll move I forward, correct? So again it is 0, so you'll swap it with I, but the same value, and then both of them will move forward. I will be here and index will be here. So if it is 2, you will swap it with j, right? So it will be 1 here and it will be 2 here. So you'll move this thing forward, right? So as you're encountering 2s, you're swapping it with j, and as you're encountering 1s, as you're encountering 0s, you'll be swapping it with I and moving forward. This is how you're doing. कुछ सोच पा रहे हो इसमें? Like how am I maintaining I to mark the end of zeros? Okay, and how am I maintaining 2? I mean j to mark the end of 2s. So all the elements before it, okay, after it are 2s. Okay, the moment this guy also becomes 2, you'll move it forward. Just say all the elements after it are 2s. Correct? You don't know what the element here is. Okay, you don't know what the element here is, but you are sure that after this particular element, all the elements are zeros, right? And in int will be moving in this way, right? The index will be moving and checking if it is 2, then you swap it with j, and you'll swap it with j, and if you're sure that it is 2, then you'll move forward. In that way, you're accumulating all the zeros to one end, you're accumulating all the 2s to one end, at the end ones will be left remaining. correct? So I'll just code it further. Yeah. If it is 2, in that case, I'll be swapping it with J. Right? So it will be J here. It will be J here. That's it. Right? So if that is the case, I'll do J minus minus. Right? But what about IND? Where will I update the IND? There, see, if I swapped it with I, okay, it might be possible that I need to check that again, right? So I should not update here, right? So that the value will be checked again, right? But if I'm here, okay, if I'm here, like I want to check the same value again. So if I do this thing, if I do IND plus plus, okay, that benefit won't be there, right? Like I'm not able to check the same element again, correct? So for that reason, I mean to say, key if we have swapped it, it might be possible that that's a 0, right? So I'm trying to do it like I need to check it again, correct? So if I want to check it again, I want to stay in the same position, correct? You swapped it. See, it could be possible that J is pointing to 0, right? It could be possible that this is 2, right? IND is 2. You swapped it. Okay, this will be 2 and this will be 0, right? But your I is somewhere behind, right? So if I move forward, then this 0 will be pending. This 0 will be left out, correct? So I don't want to move forward in this case, and I want to swap this until it is 1, correct? Only if it is 1, then only I'll be moving forward. Correct? So I want, see, unless it is 1, I won't move forward. That is the main point. Okay. So if it is 0, swap it with I. If it is 2, swap it with J. Okay. And like repeat the same thing till it is 1. Okay. Don't update it till it's 1. So I'll just do IND minus here. So that again IND minus ones, IND plus ones. Okay. At the end, you will be checking again if it is a 0 value or not. When J and IND meets, then it's the end. Okay. So it means that okay, when they meet, okay, when IND and J meets, okay, it means that you're at a position where all the elements after it are completely twos. Correct? So that will be the break point. Because J meeting matlab J यहाँ पे matlab all the values after it are twos. Right? So you'll just stop here. Okay, it could be possible that this is 0 value. Okay, so you'll swap it with I and then you'll stop here because you won't move forward. Okay, if you move forward, it will be 2s. Again, you're disturbing the 2s. Correct? So, like it might take little time to understand key how we are maintaining this thing, but like understand this key just a partition where we swap the elements. We are doing the same thing from both the ends. In one end, you're putting all the zeros. In the other end, you're putting all the 2s. So IND moves because of this. IND plus plus. Okay. So just take so let me just show you. Let me just print and show you the values if you want. At every step, I can make you guys show you the values. But let me write it. Yeah, if you want me to summarize this question, it's simple. Okay, you are maintaining 2 pointers. Both of them will be noting the end of, like I is noting the end of zeros. J is noting the previous element of 2s. After J, all the elements are 2s. You're making IND move unless it is 1. Okay, you will be swapping it with I and J such a way that you will be swapping 0 with I and swapping J with this, J with 2s, and you'll move I and J. Both of them will come closer, and moment the I and D will reach the J, you're stopping it. That is how I summarize this question. It might take little time. Okay, so it's not easy question. It's a medium question. Okay, so but this is the whole topic. Okay, so let me just print it and show you if it is possible for me. right? So this particular code, let me just put it in a function, right? So let me mark it as public void print. लेकिन again मुझे I भेजना पड़ेगा, N भेजना पड़ेगा, सब भेजना पड़ेगा. Let me do that. Right. So let me just call the print function a here, right? And let me call it at every instances whenever the swap is happening, right? So here swapping is happening. So let me print it, print a, right? Again, here the swapping is happening. Let me print it. And again, after the method ends, okay, let me print it, right? And let me run the code. Cool, you can define a swap function. See this, guys. एक बार ये देखो. See how you have 2, 0, 2, 1, 1, and 0, right? So I is here, J is here, IND is here, right? So you can see that IND is here, right? So it is 2, right? So this thing got swapped. You can see that 2 and 0 got swapped, right? So it became 0 and this guy became 2. Can you see this? Is this visible, guys? Hello? Right? So देखो ये दोनों swap हो गया, right? So उसके बाद like this guy is 0, right? So this guy is 2, right? So you will check this again, ठीक है? क्यों? Because like unless it is 1, you won't move forward. So यहाँ पे IND minus minus हो, फिर वापस IND plus plus हो गया. So nothing happened. IND is in the same place, right? In the next step, you're swapping it with I, right? Because it's a 0 value. So I will be here and IND will be here. Did you see there's no change? There's no swap. Guys, again the same thing. It is 0, so you'll swap it with I, right? I will be here and IND will be here. Can you see there's no swap again? Now it is 2, right? So J यहाँ पे आ गया क्योंकि 2 यहाँ पे आ गया, right? So now it is 2, so you'll swap it with I mean J, right? So it will be this. It will be 2 here and it will be 1 here. Can you see this? Correct? 1 hai, both of them won't work. IND will move forward. 1 hai, both of them won't work. IND will move forward. And at the end, IND is here. Sorry, J is here. So IND यहाँ पे रुक जाएगा. And at the end, IND is here. So you'll stop the loop. And at the end, you have all the zeros here. So this guy is I, and all the J's here. Are you able to see now how this is working? ठीक है? So if you never understand कि क्या हो रहा है, you can debug in this way. ठीक है? एक step print करके you can see it in this way. Cool. Guys, shall we move forward? ठीक है? तो थोड़ा सोचना, like spend some time. ठीक है? Like I know that most of you understood it. ठीक है? Like actual functioning कैसा हो रहा है? If you want me to name it, ठीक है? I'll write something like कि 2 pointers I and J marks the end of zeros, like marks the beginning of twos. Beginning of twos matlab after this value all are twos, right? So this is first step, right? Second step is run a loop with IND with index and swap it with I if A of IND if index is 0, and swap it with J if A of index is 2. Okay, and keep checking, keep going on checking till I index is greater than J. But this is the algorithm. right? So this j will put all the values to the left of j of 0, and sorry, I will be putting all the values to the left, zeros to the left, and j will be putting all the values to the right. In that way, ones बीच में रह जाएंगे, पहले zeros रहेंगे, उसके बाद twos रहेंगे. Is this clear? Is this clear? There could be multiple ways to do it, but I find that like ऐसे करना simple. Okay, you are maintaining two variables and you're swapping it. Okay, so it's a big of time complex and big of one space complex. We are not moving. We are just touching every element only once, right? So we are just kind of traversing the array in one pass. So this is an important question. Okay, I just star mark it. Cool, guys. Shall we move forward? बताओ. Is everyone ठीक है? चलो, great. So what we learned till now, okay, we learned about 2 pointers. We learned we did couple of questions on 2 pointers, about the counting sort, right? About the hinged element, right? And how you can use the prefix and suffix in a different way, right? All these things we've learned, right? Now I'm going to just name this thing, that is sliding window. I'm just naming this thing. There is like we have done this thing previously also. You will be able to relate it to it. Okay, just wait, I'll be telling now. Okay, guys, we're starting a new topic, so get yourself a book and pen and paper, okay, so that you can note if you feel that there's something worth noting. Okay, okay. So what is a sliding window? What is a window? So if you have a array, if you have any array, a contiguous part of the array is called window. मैं ऐसे बोलूंगा that this part is called a window, and you can call it as subarray. ठीक है, but I call it as window. ठीक है, मतलब वही है, fancy name, right? So what defines, like how can you define a window? मतलब to say कि if this window exists, what are the things I need? What are the things that define this window? मतलब मैं कैसे बता पा रहा हूँ कि विंडो यहाँ से यहाँ तक है? Not the diagram. What is that thing? Correct. Starting index is important. This is the place where this subarray is started. Window नहीं subarray बोलूँगा, ठीक है? Begin. Like this subarray is starting from this and ending at this, right? So this is one attribute. This is other attribute. The third attribute is the size. How to get the size? It is nothing but end minus start plus 1. This is size. देखो इसका index 0, 1, 2, 3 है. 3 minus 0 plus 1, it is 4. Correct? So size is 4. Do you guys agree? Right? So these are the 3 attributes that define a particular sliding window. I mean a particular window, right? I'm not talking about sliding. Okay? So do you guys agree? Do you guys agree from this formula? Okay? If I give you any two of it, if I give you the start value and if I give you the size, can you find the end? Yes, you can. Okay? So if at all I gave you only 2 attributes, that is start and end, you can easily calculate size, right? That is nothing but end minus start plus 1. Right? If I give you end and if I give you size, can you find the start value? Yes, I can find the start value. So it is nothing but start is equals to end minus size plus 1. Same way, if I give you end, I mean if I give you start and if I give you the size, can you find the end value? Yes, I can. Start plus size minus 1. Correct? So size, end and start, right? So if two are there, then third could be found. Do you guys agree with the statement? Hello? Anna? So cool. So we have a window, right? So window के साथ कुछ we can perform some operations, right? So we have a window मतलब सब है that we have defined. So we can do some operations on that window. Okay. For example, one operation is shrink operation. The shrink operation. Okay. If you want to decrease the size of of the window, right? Right. So for that shrink operation, for example, this is I, and this is J. Do you guys remember what I should do to shrink this window? Guys, to reduce the size of this window, what I should do? Correct. I can do I plus plus or J minus minus. Okay. For now, let me write I plus plus only, because J plus plus, sorry, J minus minus 5 I won't write is because I use that for expansion. Right. I'll be doing J plus plus, okay, for expansion. See, whenever I talk about shrink, okay, like any operations, okay, where three attributes are there, right? I should keep the remaining two as constant, right? So I should be doing I plus plus and J and size to be constant. I should keep them as constant. Only then I should be doing I plus plus. Only then the shrink operation will happen. Do you guys agree? Right? So the operations are defined in such a way that three attributes may say change only one. Only one. Okay. So if at all we want to expand it, okay, I'll keep I and size. Sorry, not size. Size won't be. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. So you'll keep one as constant, one attribute as constant. Okay. The other one will change. Okay. Okay. I'm keeping J as constant. Okay. So then size will definitely change, right? My bad. Let me just remove this. So in this operations, right, I'll keep one of the attribute as constant. Okay. But if I keep one of the attribute as constant and change the other attribute according to this formula which I wrote, okay, if it is end by the start plus one, if I keep any one of them as constant, ठीक है, इसको constant रखा, तो इसको change करूँगा तो ये भी change होगा ना? If you subtract from it, I mean, if you increase its value, this value will decrease. Do you guys agree? I can't keep two variables constant and make one variable change. Correct? If I do that, then mathematically it's not possible. Correct? अगर I plus plus करूँगा, तो size is supposed to decrease, right? Correct? In the same way, while expanding, I'll keep I as constant, right? And size increases, right? Stick where size decreases, right? One as constant, one attribute as constant, right? So now tell me, shrink हो गया, expand हो गया. What about slide? See, यहाँ पे I put as J as constant. यहाँ पे I put I as constant. What I should put here constant, guys? Size as constant. Are you guys able to relate to what I'm saying? कि हर operation में I'll put one attribute constant and change the other attribute. Right? That is what I'm saying. Right? So here you can see that in the first thing I put J as constant. Okay? Right? And in this thing I put I as constant. Now I'll put size as constant. So how to keep the size as constant? Right? For that I need to do I plus plus and J plus plus as well. Both will increase. Okay? It means that, like for example, if you want me to take an example, if you have an array like this, okay, so if this is I, but this is start and this is end, right? This is the window. I am keeping the size as constant, right? So what I should do to keep the size constant, यहाँ पे 1 + 1 करोगे, यहाँ पे +1 करो, दोनों 0 हो जाएंगे. So I'll do +1 to I. So I will point here and J will point here, right? So it means that my new window is this one, correct? Now let me do the same operation again. J will point here and I will point here, right? Now my new window is this one, right? I'll do the same thing again. I will point here and J will point here. दोनों को upgrade करो, दोनों को +1 करो. My new thing is here. Do you guys agree with this, guys? How I'm fixed, like I fixed the size to be 3. You can see the size is 3 here, right? I didn't change the size, right? So, but to keep that thing happen, to make that thing happen, I need to increase both the things at the same time, right? So this operation of keeping the size constant and varying I and J is called sliding. Can you see that this is sliding? Slide नहीं हो रहा, ये window है. This thing is slided, like from these 3 values, it is slided to these 3 values. Same way they got slided to these 3 values. The same way it got slided to these 3 values. If 7 hota, so they will be slided to these 3 values. So this operation of keeping the size constant and varying the start and end is called sliding, hence called sliding window. Correct, palette anagrams की तरह ही है, right? So that question, we should have done that after we discussed this thing, okay? But like I did that at that time, okay? So like after doing this, it will be much clearer then, okay? Think of a hashing का question, like that is given in the assignment, so we had to do it, but cool, okay? So guys, like this particular approach, na, like again, why are we learning so many things? To optimize it, okay? To optimize to optimize many things that we are doing around, right? We want to do it in a much faster manner, right? And that's the reason why we have adopted this technique, okay? So let me just talk about this thing first. क्योंकि sliding window बोलते हैं, तो let's talk about sliding first, ठीक है? Let us assume I'm giving you a question, ठीक है? जिसमें you're supposed to find sum of all subarrays of size k. मतलब you are given an array like this. Some 3, some 5. It's not necessary that कौन बोला था duplicate elements नहीं हो सकते करके. So if you are supposed to find the sum of all the subarrays of size k, मतलब size k is 5 समझ लो, k का size 5 समझ लो, right? So this particular subarray, this is the first subarray, right? So 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 क्या बताओ guys? 15, right? So it is 15, right? You'll print 15 here, print या save it, okay? And what is the next subarray of the size 15, of the size 5? This is the next subarray, right? So how did we get this? This is 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5, right? So again, now the same thing, 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 + 6. So this will be what? Hello, 19, huh? 20 है या 19 है? हाँ 20 है, I'm sorry, my bad. Correct. So again, this is the next subarray. Okay, so it is 25, correct? How? 3 + 4 + 5 + 6 + 7, correct guys? 25 है कि 24 है यार, बताओ properly. 25 है ना, right? Yeah, you can do the prefix, like prefix sum. Like people are saying, yes, I'll calculate all the prefix and then I'll be subtracting this particular prefix from this particular prefix. How many of you agree with this? There you go. द प्रीफिक्स सम हमने सीखा था, ठीक है, व्हाट डज इट से कि sum of this, you have 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 sum of this, and you have sum of this, and then you have sum of this. So from sum of this particular whole thing, if I subtract this thing, can I get it in a constant method, in a constant time, guys? Yes, I can get it. ठीक है यार, ये 24 है कि 25 है यार, बताओ थोड़ा। मेरे हिसाब से 25 है। हाँ 25 है ना, ठीक है। So what happened? So what I'm saying is, let me erase all these things, man. So annoying, right? You might argue with me, sir, मैं इसको like prefix sum use करके करूंगा, ये बार बार नहीं करूंगा, right? Yes, that is correct, ठीक है। इसका पूरा का sum find कर लूंगा और इसके like I value है तो I minus k, तो मतलब इस value को subtract कर दूंगा, तो हो गया मेरा काम। You need not do this thing, correct? So yeah, you're correct. I agree with you. You can do that in that way. ठीक है? So let's keep that aside. ठीक है? I'll come back to that. ठीक है? But tell me what is the next number? I think it is 30, right? So it is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. ठीक है? So if you want me to do this question, ठीक है? What is the most brute force approach? That is to run a loop of big of n, and inside that run a loop of big of k. So what is the time complexity? Time complexity n into k. It's not n square, Mohit. Socho cube. You are just running the loop for k times, right? Inside loop, right? तो फिर कोई बताए तुम लोग में से स्मार्ट बंदा कि क्या I can use a prefix sum, है ना? So I can do that. तो उसमें time complexity कितना होता है, guys? What is the time complexity in that? ठीक है, time complexity will be big of n, but space complexity will also be big of n, ना? Because you need an array that is storing the prefix sum, correct? Guys, are you following with me? यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया, है ना? तो देखो हमने पहले क्या किया, पहले हम नॉर्मल ब्रूट फोर्स यूज करते थे, फिर हमने हैशिंग सीखा जिससे लाइक वी आर एबल टू डू द प्रॉब्लम्स बाय टेकिंग मोर स्पेस बट लेस टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी, राइट? उसके बाद वी लर्न टू पॉइंटर्स। जो क्वेश्चन हैशिंग के साथ हो रहा है, द सेम क्वेश्चंस वी आर एबल टू डू इट इन टू पॉइंटर्स, ठीक है, without even using the hashing, right? And then we are learning, now we are going to learn something called sliding window, okay, which is far better than the prefix sum array, right? So like whatever you're learning, you're just kind of learning the more optimized approaches, okay? So right now let me talk about the third approach which you're supposed to give in the interview, okay? So just see this thing carefully, मिटाने दो, just see this thing carefully. You did 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 ones, ठीक है? You found it as 15, है ना? Now again you're doing this thing, 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 again, correct? This is the same, this is one thing, and you are doing the same operations, these 4 operations. मतलब 4 operations मतलब n minus k operations are repetitive in every step. Do you guys agree? अभी कुछ याद आ रहा है क्या? Just like if I want, like what am I doing? I'm just taking one more value and removing other value. That is what sliding window says, is right? I mean sliding window नहीं, मतलब वही तो question है. Question को if I break it down, it is something like you are supposed to find this value sum. You're supposed to find the sum of this value by just by including one value and removing one value, right? So instead of calculating from the scratch from 15 only, I'll exclude 1 and I'll add 6. Don't you think I got it in a constant time? मतलब एक बार इसके लिए बिग ऑफ के लगेगा। सोचो बिग ऑफ के इज एट द ऑर्डर ऑफ थाउजेंड्स, ठीक है? 1000 बार तुम सेम ऑपरेशन बार बार कर रहे हो, वो भी n टाइम्स। डोंट यू एग्री गाइस? राइट एनाग्राम क्वेश्चन की इधर आई है एट द टाइम वी डिड इट इट वाज टू अर्ली आई एग्री तो तुम लोग को थोड़ा मुश्किल लग गया होगा राइट जस्ट सी दिस फिर 20 मिल गया 20 के बाद क्या -2 +7 मतलब +7 ही करो आई जो जा रहा है वही करो बट what I'm saying is कि just run a loop till k and calculate what is the sum. This is the first approach. ठीक है from now i जब से k पे है right so i k पे है k को रहने दो और n minus k तक चलाना इसको sorry n तक चलाना I'm sorry n तक चलाना right and you just do this thing just print like you can print the sum wherever you want यहाँ पे तुम print कर सकते हो sum को right but now just sum equals to sum minus नहीं प्लस करो पहले प्लस a of i you are adding the new value and subtracting a of i minus k उसके बाद प्रिंट कर लो सबको बस as simple as that you skip यहाँ पे it is supposed to be a k का loop right but you are calculating you are reusing this thing this is already calculated you are just adding 6 and subtracting 1 to it मतलब you're just adding 6 मतलब i का next value यहाँ पे this is k minus 1 यहाँ पे i is k right and you're adding 6 and subtracting this मतलब देखो 0 1 2 3 4 5 5 minus 5 that is this value this is 5 right so 5 minus 5 is this value you're subtracting this value so again the same thing I यहाँ पे है I minus k is this value right you will add 7 and subtract 2 from it are you guys feeling that this is a really good approach सोचो अभी तो ये माइंड में दिखे कि k का वैल्यू छोटा है सो इट्स फाइन राइट बट k का वैल्यू बहुत बड़ा है तो तब डोंट यू थिंक इट्स अ वेरी गुड अप्रोच राइट सो यहाँ पे प्रीफिक्स सम कुछ नहीं है राइट दिस इज अ प्रीफिक्स सम ऑफ k एलिमेंट्स एंड देन you're adding one value and removing this is called sliding window बस यही है sliding window जिसका इतना बड़ा नाम है वो इतना छोटा काम है लेकिन very efficient like now using this just can you guys tell me what is the time complexity guys what is the time complexity of this approach किसी को लगता है n+k कितने लोग को लगता है मेरे को लगता है बिग ऑफ n है why देखो this is running for k elements right and this is running from k till n right no k is constant it's fine bro but I'm just talking about absolute time ठीक है so this guy here I'm not resetting it back to 0 right so this guy is running for n minus k times correct so दोनों का ऐड करो तो n आएगा ना हेलो you're just running through every element only once right यहाँ पे आया ऐड किया यहाँ पे आया ऐड किया ऐड किया ऐड किया ऐड किया यहाँ तक सब में गया और यहाँ से सम से निकल रहा है ये वाला वैल्यू और ये वैल्यू आ रहा है दैट इज द क्वेश्चन इज दिस क्वेश्चन क्लियर करेक्ट मतलब यही क्वेश्चन फाइंड सम ऑफ ऑल द सबअरेज ऑफ साइज के अच्छा लाइक लेट मी गिव अ क्वेश्चन एक बार ट्राई करो आई विल गिव यू 2 मिनट्स maximum sum subarray of size k can you guys do it like, let me just ping it in the chat box maximum sum subarray of size k क्या मतलब है कुछ नहीं मतलब you'll just find the sum and whichever is maximum you'll just store it बस हो गया जैसे इस केस के लिए like you'll just calculate the sum of these three that is 300 है ना उसके बाद 300 ऐड करना 100 माइनस करना it will be these two values correct it will be 500 right so तो जब जब तुमने कैलकुलेट किया जस्ट मार्क इट एज व्हिचएवर इज मैक्सिमम 500 मैक्सिमम या 300 मैक्सिमम यहाँ पे आया लाइक 500 प्लस 400 माइनस 200 राइट यहाँ पे k का वैल्यू so small that you might not be feeling much difference, but k का वैल्यू बहुत बड़ा होता है ना, then you'll realize this value is 700, right? Right? ये दोनों का. So this is the maximum value, you are returning that, right? So it's the same question which I explained in the PPT, right? यहाँ पे मैंने I just asked you to find the sum. यहाँ पे I'm just asking you to find the maximum sum. बस यही difference है. Of size k is fixed. Okay, every time subarray of size k is given, think of it in the sliding window terms. That is an thing. Correct, Abdul? Any doubt है guys? तुम लोग कर सकते हो ये चीज? देखो यहाँ पे array list दिया. You know how to handle with array list, right? arr dot get 0 बस मिल जाएगा 0th element. ठीक है? Just take I'll be back. ठीक है? We have some water and come back. ठीक है? I'm not feeling well. ठीक है? So just 1 minute. ठीक है? Try it. अगर कर सकते हो, कुछ डाउट है तो सोचो. We can move forward after this. ठीक है? Simple question है. Hello, guys, I'm back. Are you there? Hello? Do you want me to code this quickly? चलो कर देता हूँ. Yes, yes, बोल देगा आप लोगों ने. ठीक है? So let me just have a long sum which is initially 0, and let me just run the loop from I of 0 say k तक I plus plus, right? And let me just sum it up. Like I said, it is not supposed to be in this way. It is arr dot get I, right? That is the only difference here. You can't access it as a fiction array list, right? So max c is nothing but sum right now. This is a maximum array. Right now, let me, whatever the I ka size I is, I'll just keep that thing, and let me just run this throughout. Okay, and let me just do this sum of is equals to add the new element, and remove the element of I minus k. बस ठीक है. उसके बाद क्या, like max c is equals to math dot max c comma sum, है ना guys? उसके बाद then return max c. Max is not supposed to be integer, it is supposed to be a long, क्योंकि return type long है. Correct? n okay, let me replace this n so that n, and k को भी छोटा k बना दूंगा, right? And Cool. I think this should work. Compilation error आया, कुछ possible lossy conversation. Okay. What is wrong, man? Okay, cool. So I can see some chat. 43 na? What is happening in 43? Sorry? Acha, line number 2. No. That is not the problem. No, guys. That is not the problem. So the problem is that I should be running it till n only. Okay, every value. Okay, every value. So this guy, like after this ends, I ka value is k. From k, you'll be adding every value, right? So this is correct. The problem we are getting is this is a long variable, right? So what the problem they are getting is when you're summing up all these things, because these are integers, right? So these integers will be like, it could be possible that adding these two values might exceed the limit of this particular thing, right? So इसके लिए मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ कि I can just either do this in this way कि इसको मैं ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ, ठीक है? So int temp equals to long, ठीक है? उसके बाद temp को I can add, ठीक है? Now these things will be kind of typecasted. So this is one of the way. I'll just show you. अगर ये like again incompatible types. Okay, cool. So what I'll be doing is I'll be just writing I'll be doing the typecasting. So I'll be marking it as I. So this is how I typecast it. So now this thing will be whenever these things happen, okay, when two integers are getting summed or getting difference, okay, so this thing will also be put into an integer. Integer के हिसाब से ही देखेगा वो, right? But ठीक है, so वो integer के हिसाब से देखेगा, right? So it could be possible that this is already exceeding this thing and integer is already going, right? It might be lost, the value might be lost. So I'm kind of typecasting it this way. Okay, let me just mark it. Compilation completed, right? I think again I'm getting it, man. Acha, okay. That is not the problem, it is this problem, right? So these guys will only be taking the index. I'm sorry, yeah. My bad. Okay. लेकिन ये भी like keep this thing into mind as well, ठीक है? Like if you're doing it, it won't be a long value, ठीक है? It will be a different value, ठीक है? So this is another, this is called explicit typecasting. If I do this, ठीक है, you can see that like it is working because like I put it in a different value. But usually ये होता है कि if you're summing up two elements and if they are exceeding the integer value, that lossy value will only be put into this value, ठीक है? तो ये चीज का ध्यान रखना, ठीक है? तो इसीलिए people multiply this thing with one LL. Have you guys seen something like this? Like L का मतलब long है, you're multiplying it with long so that this thing won't get, मतलब this operation will happen in long, correct? That is the only thing, okay? So let me submit and see. Why was that error coming? The error is coming because see, when you're doing this thing arr.get, okay? So this is supposed to be an integer, okay? So what I did previously is that I put I after this, right? So I is of long, right? So यहाँ पे I'm just putting long instead of integer. So that is the problem. But I'm converting long into the integer, right? So that might be a lossy conversion. तो मतलब log में बड़ा value हो सकता है और integer might be misinterpreting it because it is out of its range. तो इसीलिए उसको lossy conversion बोल रहा है, right? So always remember, integer को long में convert करना is not a problem, ठीक है? Not a problem. But long को integer में convert करने के लिए Okay, it is not happening automatically. You need to explicitly define कि वो ये long है, like ये integer है. Okay, always remember that. Okay, so it is working. All the test cases are passing, obviously, right? So why yaar, like all these questions are of same type. What is, like guys, do you remember this question, longest subarray with some k? Do you guys remember this question? How did we do it? Do you guys remember? This is again a hashing type of question, right? How did we do it? Right? Hash map. How did we do it? We are just finding the prefix, right? And we are keep on finding the prefix ka sum, and if at all, and you're just putting it into the hash map every time, and you're checking ki sum minus k is present or not. Okay? If sum minus k is present, okay, then you're checking ki what is the value, like what is the length, right? So in that way, you're just trying to find ki if there's what is the largest value. Correct? Correct, guys? Anna? So we'll do it question in a different way. Okay? We'll do this question. Okay? So longest subarray with size, sorry, with some k. So what we did, procedure is keep finding prefix sum, keep finding prefix sum and put it in hash map, right? And the second point is search for sum minus k, hash map against its index. Okay? Search for sum minus k. If present, then sum minus, then k sum subarray is present. Take max of it. बस take max length of it. मतलब ज्यादा present है, just take it off it. Correct? Guys, do you guys agree with this fact? Map dot I minus map dot get sum minus k. If at all sum minus k is present. You remember this, right? Whichever is largest, we'll just mark it. So this was the approach, right? So we can do it in a different way. Okay? We can do it in a different way. I'll tell you, just pause it. I just like revise you this concept. Okay? So I'll tell you how we can do this. Okay? So we learned about two things. We learned about one operation, sliding operation, right? So how you will be using this to sum the fun, find the sum of all the values, right? So you can find what is the sum of all the subarrays, and you can take the maximum out of it. Correct? So in that way, you can keep on sliding it and use the benefit of sliding window by just adding one value and decreasing one value. And in that way, you'll keep on doing it. Okay? And at the end, you'll be getting all the sums. You can take the maximum, you can take the minimum, whatever. Right? So that's how sliding is cool. So this is the simplest one. Okay? Then comes shrink and expand. Okay, this is what we were doing in the anagram question, find all anagrams questions. Yeah, I'll stop it in 15 minutes. Okay, we already started late today. We started at 8:30, right? So not many are completed. So let's take few more minutes. Okay. So if you want to drop off, it's legend. Just do that, and you can view the recording later. But I'll be teaching this concept. Okay, before leaving. Okay. So guys, so you learned about fixed size window, right? Are you guys comfortable with fixed size window? Comfy or not? Right? You are comfortable with it, right? So what I'll be doing is fixed size window is cool, right? How? I plus plus j plus plus. Now we'll be talking about variable size window. This is what you guys been doing. Now it is formally introduced, right? So to shrink, you'll be doing I plus plus. To expand, you'll be doing j plus plus. Okay, you know why, right? Because j plus plus करूँगा, I'll be exploring more elements, right? अगर I plus plus करूँगा, the same element का I'll be shrinking it, right? So I'll be using these two operations and do this. Okay. So let me just give a question based on this. Question का नाम है get equal substrings within budget. Let me explain you the question. Guys, are you there? Hello? Is everyone ready to learn this thing about the variable size window? अब देखो, अभी हम ये क्वेश्चन को ढूंढेंगे पहले कहाँ है। मेरे हिसाब से ये होना चाहिए उस पे रीड कोड पे। Don't see the question. So it's a great question, just based on that. Okay. Same thing what we were discussing. Okay. Just read this question once. I'll tell you what is the question. Okay. एक बार पढ़ना. I hope you guys learned it. Okay. So there's another question which is a simpler version of it. Okay. So right now let's do this. Okay. You might be feeling little heat of this question, but I think it will be beneficial. Okay. Similar to that, minimum window containing all characters. It's the same question. Okay. So I'll tell you. See, you have two strings. Okay. S and T, right? And you're given a integer called maximum cost, right? So I want to change S into T. S को पूरा T में बदलना चाहता हूँ, right? So how can I change it? By changing each and every character. एक एक character करके मैं change करना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है? तो देखो, अगर ith character of S को ith character of T में convert करना है, तो that is nothing but difference, absolute difference between the ASCII values of the character. I told you what is ASCII value, right? A का 97 है, right? So it is like character को if you convert it into an integer, जो भी value आएगा, that is called ASCII value, right? And the most beautiful part is all the elements, all the characters are arranged one after the other in this way. Just say b minus a will be 1, right? So b minus a मतलब दोनों के बीच में difference जितना है, that will be the difference. That will be the cost to convert one element to the other element, right? So now you can't convert the whole string to the other string, ठीक है? Because कुछ बजट दिया, बोला पापा ने कि इससे ज्यादा खर्च नहीं करना, ठीक है? तो ऑब्वियसली सब कुछ करने के लिए बहुत ज्यादा पैसा लगेगा ना. सो यू आर जस्ट सपोज टू रिटर्न द मैक्सिमम लेंथ ऑफ अ सबस्ट्रिंग, ठीक है? बस सबस्ट्रिंग को ही कर सकते हैं, लेकिन मैक्सिमम लेंथ ऐसे तो नहीं है कि लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल I'll tell you, just wait. That can be changed to be same as the corresponding substring of T, okay, with a cost less than or equal to maximum cost. If there is no substring from as that can be changed to corresponding t, it will be returning 0. Let me tell you an example. Okay, देखो a, this is s, a b c d, this is the string, t is nothing but b c d f, right? तो तुमको बोला कॉस्ट को हमेशा मैक्सिमम कॉस्ट से कम रखना, ठीक है? तो मैक्सिमम कॉस्ट कितना दिया इसमें 3, right? So maximum cost is 3, ठीक है? तो like to convert the whole string into this string, कितना cost लगेगा guys? Can you tell me? Convert this into this, it will take 1. To convert this into this, it will take 1. To convert this into this, it will take 1. To convert this into this, it will take 2. Don't you think 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 is nothing but 5, right? तो इतना बजट है नहीं, like we have a constraint. कोई बोला कि जो पैसा दे रहा है हमको बोला कि इससे ज्यादा यूज नहीं मत करना. So now वो जितना पैसा दिया उतना पैसे में से ही, ठीक है, like from that money only, like from that money only you are supposed to return what is the longest substring that you can convert. मतलब if I had converted this only this part into this part, what is the cost to convert AB into BC? The corresponding substring को I can convert. It is 2. Cost is 2. I can convert this. But is this the longest? No, this is the longest. I can convert this into this. Or I can convert CD into DF. But it is not the longest, right? Guys, so right now, I am supposed to find the longest. I'm supposed to find the longest substring that can be converted to corresponding substring of T. Supposed to find the longest substring that can be converted corresponding substring of T within budget. That is the question. Correct, correct. सोचो इसके बारे में. Right, so let me do this question. ठीक है, अभी मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ, ठीक है, S मिल गया हमको, A B C D, T मिल गया हमको, B C D F, right? So maximum cost है हमारे पास 3, right? What I'll be doing, I'll be using a sliding window. लेकिन ये विंडो थोड़ा अजीब तरीके से काम करने वाला है, right? It's not a fixed size sliding window, ठीक है, it's a variable size one. How? See, I'll be made. So what does a window be? How does a window be defined? Correct, correct, correct. You guys already learned it, ठीक है? So देखो, how does a window be defined? By two things. One is start wing and the other one is end, ठीक है? So let's put start here and end here as well, ठीक है? So this is the window right now. Okay? So bro, can you calculate what is the cost? Okay, can you calculate what is the cost of converting this window into this window? Can you? It is nothing but 1, right? देख लो एक बार difference देख लो, absolute difference. So cost को I'll mark it as 1, right? Now my aim, देखो ध्यान से सुनना, ये सबसे बेस बनने वाला है. My aim is supposed to be, देखो, to increase the window size as much as possible, because you're supposed to find the longest substring that could be changed, correct? तो तुम्हें जितना लंबा हो सके उतना करना पड़ेगा. So you need to expand it. Do you guys agree? Right? My cost is under the maximum cost, right? तो मैं और बढ़ा सकता हूँ, right? So let me increase it more. यहाँ पे भी आ गया मैं, अभी कॉस्ट हो गया 2 क्योंकि आई एम कन्वर्टिंग B into C as well. So still this guy is less than the maximum cost, correct? So let me increase more. Maybe I might be finding more. I'm at this position. Cost is 3. Still this guy is equal to the maximum cost. भाई ये भी तो possible हो सकता है, यहाँ पे D है और यहाँ पे भी D है. It is having nothing but this cost 0. So I'll still continue. I'm still greedy. ठीक है? So I'll still continue and I'll still go here. ठीक है? And I can see that it is still cost 3 and again it is still less than the maximum cost. Now I'll still again increase it more. ठीक है? तो मैं इसको यहाँ पे पहुंचा दिया. Right? Now I'll meanwhile I'll be keep on counting what is the size. ठीक है, साइज को काउंट करता रहूंगा. ठीक है, मैक्सिमम साइज को नोट करता रहूंगा. अच्छा अब तक 4 हो गया. हाँ 4 है साइज मैक्सिमम मेरा. ठीक है, देखते इससे बड़ा मिलेगा हमको. Like I'll go here and I can see that my cost is 5 now. Oh, 5 is greater than the maximum cost. अब गड़बड़ हो गया. Right? Now I'll reduce the size of the window. If I reduce it again in this way, there's no point, right? If you reduce it in this way, like that is the way you came from. If you're reducing and going it back, you are not exploring more. Okay, so I'll reduce it in this way. I'll reduce it in this way. How? I'll reduce it in this way. How? I'll increase the S value. So now, ठीक है, S is here. S here है, मतलब ये जो cost है ना, I need to remove it from the cost. No, cost is 4. ठीक है, still it is not working. 4 is more than 3, correct? So I'll reduce, I'll increase S value again. ठीक है, now again it is 3. So it is working again. Oh great, it is working, right? So I'll notice again कि size 3 आया अभी, which is working, right? So that is the point, man. You'll increase the end pointer. When you'll increase the size of the string, substring, like you'll keep on increasing it because you're a greedy person. You have to keep on increasing it till the cost is less than maximum cost. The moment it exceeds the maximum cost, you start to shrink it from the back side, right? And the moment again this particular thing is under the cost, you'll again start to expand it. मतलब वापस expand करने लगूंगा. This is exactly what we've been doing in distinct elements. Length of the substring is decreased, bro. Dinesh, length of the substring is decreased. I agree. लेकिन like this is a valid substring ना, this is a valid substring. Maybe अभी मैं और बढ़ा सकता हूँ और आगे जा सकता हूँ, क्या पता मुझे यहाँ पे Z और Z और Z और Z और Z और ऐसे ही हो, क्या पता, right? You don't know this, right? So यहाँ पे since this is valid, you'll move it again. Now you'll move it. You'll find that 6 is the maximum. Are you guys getting it? Just first focus on making it valid. After it is valid, increase it. And the moment it is invalid, make it valid. Bas. Let me summarize it. Keep increasing the window size till cost is less than or equal to max cost. Moment it crosses it, the moment it crosses it, decrease the size. Moment is crosses, decrease the size by I++ or S++, whatever, right? And make it valid. Once it is valid, repeat it. In this process, you'll find what is the maximum substring which is having the maximum cost. Guys, correct Sagar, correct. We'll be keeping. We need max substring length maximum, right? Correct, Dinesh. ठीक है, I'll give you a question जहाँ पे तुम्हें minimum length चाहिए. ठीक है, I'll give you that question as well. ठीक है, but right now this is the question we are having. This is a good question to be honest. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा question. जैसा करना करो, अगर तुम लास्ट से कर रहे हो, then the way you are increasing the pointers will be different.
लोन लेने के चक्कर में 2-3
नहीं हो गया मेरा, I'm dead. Nice. Are you? कितने लोगों को समझ में आया ये चीज? How we are doing it? ठीक है? Let me summarize it again. ठीक है? You are increasing the. देखो तुम लोग को सबको समझ में आ ही गया होगा because we already did this question, right? मतलब similar question, sliding window का question. This is actually called sliding window question, right? No sliding window नहीं है. This is a window question, but लोग sliding window बोल देते हैं, right? So basically, you'll take this and you'll keep on increasing the size. You'll keep on increasing and you'll be noting what is the maximum length. Okay, the moment it crosses the maximum cost, you'll increase the s value to make it valid. Okay, if it is valid, then you'll again increase it. Maybe you can find more, right? Are you getting it, guys? Right? So like most of the people are not there right now. I don't think coding it will help you. Okay, like help most of the people. Okay. So let's stop it for today. But if you have any doubt on in this particular thing, in this, if you want to unmute in this question, so let me do that. Like let me know. I'll unmute you guys and we can have a discussion, and then we can wrap this up. Okay, you can code it. Okay. अगर हाँ कोड नहीं कर पाया तो कल तो वैसे भी करने वाला, ठीक है? So I'll give you one more question. You can try that as well. ठीक है? So the question is maximum consecutive ones. ठीक है? This is the question. Let me put it in the chat. This is also a similar question, but like this is an easier one than that. Rohan wants to get unmuted. Yeah.
So Uday, can we do like this? Like we are starting from, let's say from 0, and we will keep on doing that checking of elements and then comparing with the cost. And whenever we are getting the answer, we will store it, and then we will change our pointer by 1 only. Means only by 2 pointer way, not like going like your approach.
By 1, what do you mean by 1?
Means one pointer we are just checking.
ठीक है. Okay, cool.
And whenever it will get, it will break somewhere, and then we will store it.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying. Let's say we start from A.
तो तुम यहाँ तक ही जा पाओगे ना, फिर उसके बाद you can't, like if you don't use another pointer, you can't leave this A ना.
No.
Like you will be only.
We have done this one. Like then we will change the A pointer to B, and then start the same process again for B. And then till B, wherever our condition will break.
So it will be n square approach, right? Like you're starting from here, you're going till where? Again, you're starting from here, you'll be going till there. You'll be starting from here till going till where it is valid. Yes, it will work, but it's an n square approach.
It will, I think, yeah.
Correct, Rohan? Like this is what you're going to tell it in the interview. Okay, Rohan, thanks for that. You'll be telling this. Okay? You'll be marking this as the starting point of the subarray. You will keep on going till it is valid. The moment it is invalid, okay, you'll stop and you'll do it. You'll put this as the starting point. Again, you'll keep on going, right? Again, you'll keep on going. In this way, you'll keep on doing it. So this is an n square approach, guys. Is the n square approach clear? Correct, Rohan?
Yes. Yeah, I got it.
Instead of that, like मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ ना, इसको fix किया and keep on going. It is valid. Till it is valid. The moment it becomes invalid, I'll move this thing to get to the valid position. Right? छोटा हो रहा है string, fine. लेकिन वो valid होने के बाद आगे जाने के मौका तो मिल रहा है मुझे. Maybe I might find a larger thing. Who knows? Correct? Your approach, there's nothing wrong in your approach, but it's just the n square approach.
Like I thought, like if we jump the A pointer directly towards B after getting, there may be chances that we might get B, C, D, the answer, like in the longer test cases answer. That's why I'm doing that.
Like
there can be chances, like if we found the answer for A, B, C.
See, bro, you mean to say that?
Yeah, like, but yeah, we have to give the output in an like size, so that will be the same. Yeah. Got it.
You are here. You will go till this position, right? You'll feel that this is not working, right? क्या लिख दिया मैंने? DF लिखना है ना? हाँ. you'll see that this is not working. So you'll make this pointer as the starting pointer, and then will you move from here or will you stay here? That is the question.
No,
If
no,
you
no, I
move
got
from
it. I
here-
got it.
If
Because
you
it will,
move from here, then it is n square. If you stay here, then it is big of n.
yeah, I got it.
The time complexity is big of n because both of them are independently moving, right? And you are just at max moving it twice. Okay, so it is big of two times there's only two passes. One is by this vector and the other one is by this thing.
Got it.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a question. Like since you guys did that distinct k elements wala question, this means you are supposed to find maximum k, है ना? Maximum distinct elements, right? It's the same question. यहाँ पे maximum cost है. वहाँ पे you are getting the sum hm dot size. यहाँ पे you are finding the differences between the characters. Correct? Guys. This is clear. Chalo then, if you feel it's late, we'll drop off for today. Okay, we'll discuss the same thing tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for attending. For some problem. Okay, nice. For some problem, कुछ से करना bro. Like I won't be explaining that here. लेकिन समझ लो कि like threesome का extension है वो, but where you will be applying 2 pointers twice. ठीक है? तो I can explain you. ठीक है? I can explain you someday. Okay, let's see if we have some time, we can figure it out. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, if I can explain. Chalo man, good night. Good night. I'll update all the docs. Okay, don't worry. Docs मैं links डाल रहा हूँ. Good. Yeah, good night. Good night.